Yeah, I guess I don't have anything to do. I guess my month is done.
Bring on the jazzy scooter.
So are we actually going to do a show because it's 10:45?
Yep, so let's go ahead and do it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bronyville. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bronyville. This is Bronyville episode 170, recorded on April 12th, 2015. I'm your host, Apple Cider. Hello there, wonderful fan. Be it if you're online on streamup.com or if you're listening to this via some podcast audio listening device, hello. We've got a fun show today. We've got to obviously talk about a pony episode. We've got wrap-ups from BabsCon and all that funness. Let's start with our usual compadre of friends. Sandy is out. Also, 5 Iron is also out for, let's see, convention reasons and kid and gardening reasons. So Alpha's here.
Yo, how's it going, everybody?
Hey, man.
Or every pony, as we're supposed to say.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that works. I mean, it's not particularly susceptible to, the griffins and the diamond dogs. But, it works for 99% of the population, so why change?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Also, Scope is with us.
Y'all a bunch of racist bastards.
I mean, yeah. If you heard This Equestrian Life, at least some of us might be, so.
Sheesh.
Yeah. And we have with us Silver Eagle of Ponyville Live with us this week.
It's not that I don't like unicorns. It's just that I never grew up with them.
I'll cut you.
I never learned to love them from a young age.
Hi, AC. Thanks for having me on your show. It's been years.
If I headbutt you, I'm going to stab you in your brain, so watch out.
It's been a little bit. I wanted you on particularly because I wanted you for the episode discussion because you were a negative. You were. You know what? I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm going to tear it to pieces.
Yeah. Okay. You're a big negative. You're a big negative Nancy on it. So
I know what you're going to.
I'm going to be.
Get ready for this, Big Jim.
I'm gonna be the face in this, telling you to eat your happiness and enjoy all of life. Eat your happiness.
My life's problem has been that I try to eat my happiness.
My problem was I ate a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I want
happiness and sadness.
I want
and shrimp and French fries and
yeah.
I want a T-shirt that has the words "Eat your happiness" and it's a picture of a really a smiling sun and just a person lying there prone on the ground with a mouthful of 4-leaf clovers and a lollipop stuck in the opposite way. Just looking completely dead to the world and just their mouth is shoved with a whole bunch of this really.
With the end of the rainbow going in too.
Sure, yeah, just a whole Just a mountain of rainbow going into their face, just
a mountain of rainbow.
And eat your happiness.
And then someone comes in. I thought there was supposed to be a pot of gold here.
Yeah, you can have a leprechaun jumping out for all I care. It works.
That sounds like a PBF comic, actually.
You're starting to get into that realm.
Why not? We should somebody bookmark that idea. We should sell T-shirts of it. We'll make $100. It'd be nice.
$100.
Yeah.
We the fine. You have it shipped 3 months later.
Yeah, sure. Or we could we could put it on any of those other services and you just pay $30 for it.
Yeah.
So anyway, we are here. We've got pony episode to talk about. We've all got fandom stuff that we've got to talk about as well. Let's go ahead and just jump right in because we've got this. We've got also a collection of some conversations that we had at BabsCon. Let's see, who all did we have? We had Bash Script in the room. MDefMech. Kefka. We had you. We had myself. Starry was falling asleep in a corner.
We had Not Silver Eagle.
Not Silver Eagle because
there's that Robbie guy, I think he was there too.
Oh yeah, Roger March. He was
Roger
there.
March,
he was there. The guy that we played tabletop with before.
Oh, okay.
That guy. So yeah, we had all that. So that will be appended to the end of the show. If you listen to the podcast, if you're watching this on StreamUp, you're gonna have to listen to the podcast to hear our hour-long talk about both how BabsCon went as well as our synopsis of the two-part horror.
I'm just glad we watched it in the room and not in the room full of bronies.
I think we covered that in depth on the
Yeah.
episode. So
Yeah.
no, that was good. But yeah, let's go ahead and move forward. First off, let's go ahead and hit our main sponsor, which is going to be Everfree Northwest, which is coming up here shortly at the end of May of this year. Go check out Everfree Northwest. Myself and Sandy are both going to be community guests for the convention. We're going to be flying up. Right now, we just got confirmed that we are going to be on part of a panel. Let me pull this up. We're going to be along with Dusty Cat and Pony Toast in the Bronies and Broadcasting panel that they are having.
Oh,
there.
jeez.
Oh, yeah.
Make it a live Skype call.
And coming in
on.
from his sky fortress is Silver Eagle.
Yeah.
You thought you could leave me out.
Thought, ha.
We'll
No
just
one
have
has a broadcasting panel without me. I was born in the broadcasting.
Where are you now?
melded by it. What would be what would happen if I took away that microphone? It would be extremely painful.
Painful. Well, you're a big guy.
For you.
For you.
Bane doesn't get enough credit.
It's a bad movie, but all the Bane jokes can just be twisted around into the best ways.
You didn't like
Yeah.
Dark Knight Rises?
It's
I liked Dark Knight Rises for my appreciation of its mimetic value. Like, yeah, I mean, the movie itself, yeah, it's just a movie,
Yeah.
But, like, once you start watching it and you listen to this guy who talks out of a crab, like, long enough, and it's just like, wow.
talks out of
That's
a
hilarious.
crab. That sounds about right. But yeah, so we're going to be there at Everfree Northwest. So you should join us. We're going to do some fun. I think that we still got some other stuff that we're going to have under our sleeves. So got to believe we've got tricks up our sleeves. And we'll do that over there at Everfree Northwest.
Never talk again.
I have the power to make 1,000 people groan at once.
Or make one very creative Equestria Daily extremely happy.
Woo, he said Trixie.
Yeah.
He did a Trixie thing. There's 3 people. It's him, Pixel Kitties, and another, and the guy in the Spike costume. All 3 of them got really excited. All right. Sorry, I went there.
You're not sorry at all.
But let's see. Let's go ahead. Let's move forward here. Introductions, banter. Let's get into the news. But first, I got to inform you about the fandom fire status. The fandom fire status at this time is you don't understand what fire is and the whom that fire was made.
Sounds about right.
I was born in the fire.
Yeah. Thank you, Bane.
We
Right,
didn't
just
start the
indignation.
fire.
We didn't start the fire.
It was always burning since
But
the
the
world
fire-
was returning.
The fire rises.
Mom, Sean Connery got out of his room.
Yeah.
But this is
Yes.
in...
Tell your mother, Trebek.
Dolly Parton. Take famous titties for all.
anal bum cover.
Oh.
But the...
Don't think of the rapist.
that's therapists.
That's absolutely terrible.
I
Sean
still,
Connery.
man, one of my favorite things from that skit is Asia.
Yes.
Asia.
Uh,
You wrote the letter V, which is technically a number, a Roman numeral, and you bid suck it Trebek.
all right, but moving on for a moment, the fandom fire status is you don't understand what fire is and whom fire is made is in relation to the Big Jim Miller responses for the end after this episode for the weeks. Which we will talk about a little bit more
He's ranting at me.
as there will be fighting. I will be on the side of the good side, the face, the
good side.
the good side because it's
You can't call it the good
the
side.
show-
I think I missed the argument where
the show
people
staff
complained.
side. You'll see.
he ended up going on some message boards, and I'm like, you never want to do that.
Well,
Yeah,
he also said stuff on Twitter and going like, "Bah, come on, guys," and I sort of agree, but we'll get into it.
Hey,
Yeah.
relax, guy.
Hey, relax, guy, buddy. Hey, friend.
So let's go ahead and roll through the news before we get on to discussion about, about the episode. So let's go ahead and do this. Scope the News Pony has pulled up some stuff for us this week. So what do you got for us, Scope?
Well, it looks like there's a Celestia figure that talks and is also gothic.
Okay, so she's giving us a whole bunch of like nihilistic, like
I'm just wondering, is like my wings are I'm gonna kill myself now.
it's just like, wow. She I love just the disappearance of like my wings are to cut myself. It's like that. Yeah, it's just like
My wings were cut off.
it's like life has no meaning. Like what? What is Celestia saying, Mom?
And now every time you hit it, she just plays corn or something.
Wow, she's a 90s kid goth.
Yeah.
Or I don't even know what, I guess, like what do modern goths actually listen to?
Are there even modern goths?
There's got to be modern goths.
Yeah, there's modern gothic. Yeah.
What about
I just
American
had to-
Gothic?
I had to make that. Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. American Gothic. Damn it!
Yeah.
I was trying to make a joke about that painting. It went over my own head.
Great painting.
Too deep for you.
It was too deep for me. I couldn't even make that joke right.
Man.
Well, Evanescence isn't still a thing.
Wake me up inside.
Wake me up inside.
Oh God.
We're gonna descend down the road of pre-show stuff if we keep this up. It's coming up with all of our favorite 90s songs done by Hank Hill.
Wake me up inside.
Peggy, wake me up inside. All right.
Damn it, boy.
All right, so
Let's see.
Celestia, she likes heavy eyeliner and Evanescence.
And Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, I showed it to Starry, and she was like, "What's up with her eyes?" Because she's got like tattoo face.
Don't
She
say
spent
all
time.
eyes.
She spent time in state penitentiary.
The teardrop means she's like killed a bunch of people.
No.
Yeah, Celestia is not afraid to go back to prison.
Nope.
She served her nickel sucker.
Oh. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Got shanked to the moon one time.
That reminds me. I'm gonna have to start putting the explicit tag on our podcast. Oh,
Do you like
well.
bananas?
Oh, you mean like from the '90s when like that Nirvana Nevermind album came out and it had that big black and white explicit sticker on it?
Well, no, you can tag podcast as explicit too. It's not.
No, I know. I just you need to put a big black and white explicit sticker like from the '90s.
Oh, okay. Or
'Cause we're talking about '90s music.
or wasn't there like one album where they just had the explicit logo as their like entire CD case?
Yeah, and it was yeah.
I seem to recall that they were like that, and they're going like, "Man, look at us, we're so badass."
Yeah, it was so edgy.
So.
But I think they put the explicit sticker on the Nevermind album. Well, anyway,
It had a picture of a swimming baby with a penis.
that's right. That would be where
Well,
the
that's
sticker
where it
went.
All right, well, our next news article here, that's no plushie, that's a space station.
Because it's an epic life-size plushie of Rainbow Dash.
It's very big.
Yeah, there's a picture of her riding it too, which is pretty strange.
Yeah, everybody wants to
Somewhere.
ride a Pegasus.
You know that acronym for Rainbow Dash, right?
What?
IWS.
Everybody wants to ride on Rainbow Dash. That's right. They want to fly through.
Well,
the
I
sky.
want to. I'm not gonna.
They want to fly through the sky on the back of a fast, speedy pony.
All I want to do is see you turn into a
What?
giant pony.
Yeah. But
Gotta go fast.
I'm injecting the wrong fandom that I'm not allowed to be in into this instead.
okay. Is it Steven Universe? You got to make
It
sure you
is.
don't.
That is Steven Universe, yes.
You got to make sure you don't bring it over here. People get mad.
No, I know.
God.
We're taking it. It's ours now.
Oh no! I started watching episodes of Steven Universe and felt bad.
I felt bad at first, but then I got over it and marathoned the entire thing up until now, and now I love it.
But
I'll
yeah,
try
there's a giant Rainbow Dash, and I don't think they're selling it. At least not right now.
No, they're not. It's just there.
Yep.
Oh, the girl who made the life-size one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cute.
Yep. So you can check that out. By the way, all these links that we're talking about, the cool news stuff, you can find on the show notes at bronyshow.com or bronyvillepodcast.com. So you can go and click along, watch everything that we're talking about. So that's a neat thing.
And educate yourself.
Starlight Glimmer's going to TrotCon. Get converted.
Yeah, they got Kelly Sheridan, the voice. Sheridan, the voice of Starlight Glimmer. She's going to TrotCon.
Go get converted.
What
kids.
else has she done?
She was Sango in Inuyasha.
Okay. Has she done anything on
Cool.
Pony before? I don't
No.
recognize her.
Actually, Melody in My Little Pony Tales got
Oh,
Yay!
Let's see. Even
Yeah.
Shirley in My Little Pony Meet the Ponies and Twinkle Wish Adventure.
Woo!
Twinkle Wish Adventure. Yeah.
That's the real shit right there.
Scarlet Witch or X-Men Evolution.
Yeah.
Ukyo or I guess how you pronounce it, Ramen and a half, one half, whatever the hell. I don't know these anime crap.
Almond and a half.
Almond and a
fine.
half. It's,
I just know Inuyasha.
so you can go get converted. I'm sure. You know what? I'm sure that our equal marks stickers will do just as fun at that convention as they were this time.
You know,
We need to talk about last week's episodes too, because I'm so sad I missed out on that. Because there's so much to talk about there.
Yeah, I
you
was-
should listen to what was
Yeah.
added on at the end of the show.
Yeah, we
But,
talked a bit about that. We might. Did you guys not talk about it during last week's? You know.
I was out sick.
Okay.
Yeah, remember we called in and Alpha had to leave.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
Oh, speaking of 90s songs, this reminds me of another 90s song. You remember that Alanis Morissette song? Like, you're not allowed, you're uninvited.
Now done by Hank Hill.
you're
You're
Bobby. Damn it, Bobby.
you're not allowed in here.
Or done by the friend that you can barely hear. Hey, you're not allowed in here.
Dang old, you're not
don't
invited,
come.
dang
Don't
old.
come.
Boomhauer, yeah.
Yeah, don't come around.
So what's the next bit of news?
It's the fun that you get to expect from our.
Yeah, well,
Hey,
the next bit of news is the creator of MLP herself is going to Everfree Northwest.
What?
Yes, the create Bonnie Zacro. I guess that's how you pronounce it. She's going to Everfree Northwest.
Oh, okay.
The
I
actual
thought for a second
creator
that Lauren-
of the
My Little
MLP
Pony.
toy line.
Yeah.
I thought she created, yeah, well, that's right, the original toy line, yeah, which the show was based off of
Yes.
and all that.
Yes. So she is the original creator of the My Little Pony.
Yeah.
She is the birth mother. She is technically the thing of which Lauren Faust looked up to. So she is like the Galactus to the Lauren Faust alicorn. I don't know how to spin this.
I don't know, but she's the only other one that can have an alicorn as an OC besides Owen Faust.
I guess
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Well, we'll have to bring that up to her. We'll have to make sure she's properly herdverted. So,
Oh, I'm pretty sure she is at this point.
have you heard about how popular your stuff is? It's really popular now. How'd you feel about the fact that they're not all fat now?
So what else we got?
Let's see. The TrotCon staff has. Whoa. Okay. Wow. We got
it's
dark
really
real
sad
fast.
Yeah, it's sad territory now.
Hit me with a sad fic here. TrotCon staff member has a brain tumor.
Yeah.
And add that with a Brony getting hit and run by 2 cars.
That
Yeah,
was
but they're-
insane.
GoFundMe and Indiegogo pages and such.
Yeah, so we've got 2 separate incidents of some crazy stuff that required a GoFundMe. I know that I heard that the one with the Brony that got hit by 2 cars, he got it now. I guess he doesn't have insurance, so God knows how expensive that's going
You're
to end up.
breaking up pretty bad. What did you say?
Hey, you're breaking up way bad.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I
That was
didn't catch
probably
any of
because
that.
I was loading web pages. and
Okay,
it does
good. It
that.
wasn't just me.
Yeah, that was like robot for a minute there.
Yeah, that's the problem with this setup and me not being able to use Audio Stratus yet, but it's close. Yeah, he got that. So right now his donations is 11,507 of 20K. I understand he probably didn't have insurance, so
He didn't.
Of course. Why would he? Because it's America. So.
Thanks,
Well, and
Obama.
he's young and he's invincible, and
And he was riding on a bike and got hit by 2 cars.
Yep, you get hit by one, they got run over by another, and they both
Jesus.
drove off.
Yeah, there's a picture on here at some point that was like, oh crap.
So this is one of these two things are both absolutely horrendous stories. The brain tumor thing is like one of my biggest fears in life at this point. Like,
It's
because every time I
like
get a
the
headache,
size of a lemon or something.
the thing is huge, and it's hard to tell whether it's benign or malignant. But in that case, benign is not even really
No.
a meaningful term because it could be not growing and it could still pose a real danger. So apparently he does have insurance though, and the surgery is already kind of underway or scheduled at least.
Yeah, for Tuesday it says
Yeah, that's really good. That's good to hear.
90% of it is solid mass. That's pretty
terrifying. Hopefully though he makes a smooth recovery because any kind of brain surgery is a really, really, really touchy, touch and go procedure. And the other guy, the guy who got hit and run, Sean Ray.
Yeah.
The pictures, Horse News posted a couple of pictures up on their Twitter. If you're of weak constitution, don't go looking for those pictures because the poor guy got messed up. He is being held together by metal and rods and a wing and a prayer. It's amazing that he's alive. Every bone that you need in him is broken. Like he had 12 vertebrae fracture, skull fracture, his femur fractured, which that's an exceptionally hard bone to break.
Yeah.
Just all the way up and down his whole body. And it's just terrible.
Yeah, so all that is out there. You can find that on the show notes for the GoFundMe's. 2 people in your community that if you want to help out and toss a little bit for, we've got stuff listed here for Sean Ray and John, both for their Indigo or their GoFundMe pages, and you can find more information about those there. On to a little bit brighter topics, maybe. Should we talk about an episode?
I guess.
Yeah. All right, let me pull up the FemWiki information. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this week's episode. It says we've got a extensive conversation of last week's episode that's going to be appended to the end of this episode. So you're going to hear them a little bit out of sync, but, that's how it is. But we're going to talk about Castle Sweet Castle, which is Season 5, Season Episode number 3, overall Episode number 94. Original air date on April 11th, 2015, written by Joanne Lewis and Christine Sonko, which is their first writing venture into My Little Pony. Storyboard was by Carrie Mumborket and Jason Horichern.
You should probably put a spoiler alert, though, just for folks who haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay. Spoiler alert. All right.
There we go.
Cool.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the episode, so we might talk about what happens in the episode.
And
Twilight dies!
No, she did that at the end of
Season 4.
Yeah, Season 4.
Season 3, I'm sorry. Season 3.
Yeah, Season 3. And she's dead. The end.
Yeah. That's it. She's dead.
And the song for this episode is Make This Castle a Home.
Which is basically Art of the Dress Part 2.
Yeah,
if you listen to
it. Terrible.
Yeah, this is going to, a.k.a. we're going to do this, and it's actually going to turn out horribly.
All right, let's go ahead and do this, because I know that we've got a few naysayers in the audience.
Oh, I liked it. It's just one of those things. It's one of the, I like it, but here's what's wrong with it.
He's not talking about you, Scope.
Oh, that's right. The guys who are big.
All right. So let's do this. Let's do a quick and easy number out of 10. 10 being best thing ever, best episode I've ever seen, versus 1 being,
literally Hitler.
Mayor Duell.
Literally Hitler.
It's been a while since I've seen the literally Hitler episode, but
No, that's that's feeling Pinky King actually.
Oh,
I
think that was something in
so mean.
Something in 3.5, I'm sure.
Yeah, right.
But okay,
Everything.
let me
3.5
hear
is
this
one.
from you, Silver Eagle. In a scale of 1 to 10, what is this episode to you?
3.
Ugh, I don't agree. Let's see. Let's go with Scope. What is yours?
It's varied in between like a 4 and a 6.
Alpha?
I would agree. It's about average.
Uh,
Nothing like there's some like great standout jokes and some good sight gags, but all in all, it's a pretty even kill episode. Like I
and
saw it. I saw it.
and I will say it's a 6. I will say it's a very standard average episode.
Objection.
It had
Okay.
its moments.
What is your objection between 3 points, sir?
I don't know.
Thank you. That is Silver Eagle. We will wrap up this episode fast.
Did you want me to articulate my
Yes. Why
That's
God
kind of
are
the
you
idea.
on the show?
opinion? I'm on a podcast. I figure I probably should just do more than I need you to pull teeth in order to get me to respond.
You need to do more
Um,
than just Bane impersonations.
I was born in the crappy episode.
That was Spike.
Sorry, that was Spike. That was Spike. Is that what you just said?
I was born in the crappy episode.
Spike was made from crappy episodes. He's just a dragon that's entirely that. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So here's the thing. I feel like it was obvious, I think, that, yeah, this episode was probably the first venture into this property from people who are perhaps green to the MLP franchise. I don't feel like they really did a good enough job of preparing those writers for the fact that MLP is appreciated, perhaps because it doesn't belittle its audience. And perhaps because it doesn't tell simplistic stories the way that Generation 3 or Generation 2 did, where it's just this total non-conflict. There's really no problem here, and there's no struggle, and all it is just stupid, like, tea party problems, you know?
Well, now could it be like since like the last week's episode, 2-part episode was a pretty heady episode? Is it just like after that it seems too simplistic? Like if this
Like-
came after like a run-of-the-mill funny episode, are you comparing it because of the previous episode or on its own merits?
I don't know. So here's the thing. Like season 3 went back and forth to me between episodes that were lighthearted filler and meaningful content, lighthearted filler, meaningful content, and they flopped back and forth. And I understand that a show might go, it's almost like the show is saying, "Man, I need a drink after that,"
Yeah.
and they like just they relax and they don't really, I don't want to say they phone it in because that's kind of mean, but they they let it sit on cruise control a little bit and don't apply the same kind of intensity to the episode that they normally would. I can appreciate it for that. And of course, yes, it is still a kid's show, but I don't think that's a good enough defense, to be honest. Just to say it's a show that's intended for 6 to 12-year-olds doesn't answer for what I see as a relative decline in this episode's quality of writing and of conflict creation and of meaningful lesson production versus previous episodes. Like, that's, people aren't comparing it against every other Teletubbies and every other show built for 6 to 12-year-olds. They're comparing it against its own former self, and that's why people are harsh, is because it's got high standards to live up to. It's got big shoes to fill. The early seasons were very well structured. So sorry, still fighting off the BabsCon crud.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
and me both.
Am I the only one who didn't get sick?
You might be, actually. Everyone I know got sick.
Well, I guess I had the herd immunity.
I got
Boo.
Yeah!
but
Ta-da!
But in my case, yeah, I mean, Big Jim's got a point that, yes, we're not the target demographic, yada yada yada. And I think his rant was just fueled by seeing one too many haters on a forum, and it just got to him, and he just sort of went off on the public audience because of that. But I also think I'm within my rights as a fan of a show to say, you know what, like this one didn't match the caliber I've come to expect from this show. And that is actually praise for that show. Because if I had such a low bar for MLP that I expected episodes that were just phoned in kind of filler episodes, that'd be insulting them. Actually, I would be saying, well, I it's just another show. I just don't give a crap about it because eh, well, it's always going to be that kind of stuff. Like, but what I'm saying is, no, I like this show because it's so well done, because it has so few filler episodes. So for me to see one expresses what I worry will become a continuing trend as the seasons go on, where they're going to run out of meaningful lessons to have, and they're just going to do a decorating episode every once in a while. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is an episode where the conflict was easily solved by a Hobby Lobby.
Okay.
Like,
May I interject with my point now?
of course.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I would like to bring up the point that the reason that this episode exists is because of the fans. Think about that. Everybody was in such an uproar that they got rid of the tree and that they went with the castle. So obviously we needed something that filled in that kind of gap of, well, we don't really like the castle yet, but we need to make it where there's some conflict there. There's some actual transition instead of, oh, you lost your home, but here's a castle, woo! You know, they needed some transition there. So okay, what would you write story wise?
To your point, AC, I definitely can see that this episode is almost like Twilight is the audience.
Mm-hmm.
That Twilight's having trouble coming to terms with this new place she's in and this new castle that seems totally inappropriate for her.
This new toy set she's got, you know.
Yeah,
here's the new play set.
Exactly, yeah. It's almost like they're trying to reconcile a new toy being thrown into the show and trying to explain why that is. You know, it's like, why are the trains different now? You know, it's almost like something like that. Like why is there a new building in town? Oh, they're selling it for $30, but we can't say that. So let's just say, I don't know, magic and friendship and memories.
Right. So, so I feel that the reason that this happened is definitely part of, you know, just the fan kind of response of like, oh, we love the library and we're not sure about this castle. So, if the concept is kind of the meh part here, then we sort of have ourselves to blame, just a tiny bit on it. You know, it obviously can't account for every bit of the writing that happens, but we kind of fed them the story that they had to tell.
You know, that part is true, and I would also say they've been doing this to us in a less than subtle way since the end of season 3. If you remember the end of season 3, where literally Twilight flies into the screen. Not into it, but, well, I guess in Anthology they actually make that joke that she flies literally into the camera. But
actually, it's the one where she flies into a jet engine.
Yeah, she flies into a jet engine, and she's saying everything's going to be just fine straight to the audience.
Well, that's because they made that, you know, because they thought that was going to be the end of it.
That was the wrap, yeah. And they've mentioned that a bunch of times. Yeah, that's the 65 episode cap. That back before Bronies existed, there was no reorder for the show, and they didn't know, and they found out, you know, in mid production that it was going to be continued. But yeah, that whole everything's going to be just fine was exactly her talking to the audience and saying, "Chill out." It's all right. Don't worry. I know it's a big deal, but everything's gonna be okay.
Even though she was vaporized earlier in the episode, with the
even though I just died, and this is actually sort of a Sixth Sense kind of I see dead ponies type moment.
Sure.
You know, yeah. But ever since then, they've kind of thrown a couple of little nods into what they suspect the audience must be feeling, and to sort of calm them down a little bit from the uproar. So yeah, you're probably right that that's the entire fundamental reason this episode exists. I just think it was a bad combination to put perhaps brand new writers on that subject, because I think, you know, like, look at how M.A. Larson handled that season 3 closer. Like, he's a fairly seasoned writer, and he definitely understands the vibe and the aura that MLP is supposed to give out, and I thought he handled it expertly. It was a very hard subject to deal with, to essentially say, "Hey, we got a toy, and we got to shoehorn it into the show," but he handled it really well. Um, if you'd have thrown him on this, even though he had, I believe, didn't he just write 1 and 2?
Well, he was just
Yeah.
1 and 2. Who knows what he's got coming up?
Sure.
I don't think it's particularly fair to say that you couldn't put the newest writers on something like this, especially depending on the path that they decided to take. I completely will admit it's a simplistic plot. It's a very standard plot, and it's also kind of like puzzling that her friends are so like they don't, after all that they've gone through, they just kind of go on their own, like, oh, I'm gonna spruce it up the way I want it to be.
Yeah, that they seem oblivious to a lot of the lessons they've learned before, which always catches me. That the show does this a lot, right? That the ponies seem to have completely missed whatever they should have learned in the past episode, and they just repeat the mistakes over and over.
Well, one
Although
thing
I
I
guess
like about
that
that
way
too is
they're human.
yeah, well, that, and also I remember speaking with Josh Haber at Nightmare Nights Dallas, talking about characters growing and changing stuff, and it's like it's kind of hard because obviously like they don't grow, they don't change. I mean, like you look at The Simpsons, Bart's been in the fifth grade for 20 years now. It's
Right.
like some stuff is not. It's that suspension of disbelief that yeah, you're going to make some same mistakes because you try to put the same people in different situations and more so than is physically possible.
Yeah,
I'm
And so
I'm
that's
yeah.
that's part of the medium that you just deal with.
I mean
So
the
is Fluttershy going to be shy? Yeah, she's going to be shy. Is she ever going to get over
Right.
it? No, because she's Fluttershy.
Yeah, because they wouldn't have an episode if she was.
Yeah, and she'd be
Yeah.
assertive in an episode, and then she'd downgrade. Some people would think, and they'd be like, "Oh, but what about that last episode?" And then everybody's up in arms over that.
Yeah, and that's why I don't get so like upset over the idea of like an episode which wasn't like up to, I guess, snuff or par or whatever you want to say for it, because it's just like some episodes are different, and it's they can't all be like epic.
Sure.
They can't all have
No,
Dragon
yeah,
Ball Z
yeah,
fights.
yeah. And again, I'm not saying like I'm done with this fandom, I'm leaving, yada
Oh,
yada.
no,
Oh,
that's
of course.
exactly what you're saying.
No, I mean I'm not saying that. I'm just saying relative to other episodes, this one didn't take the cake for me. It just seemed really meh.
Although they all
Um,
have to, they don't all have to take the cake.
No,
I like cake though.
Ooh, yummy
but I
cake.
like cake, and I like the more episodes they have that do
that are
the
made
better.
of cake.
That are made of cake, the better. You know what I mean? Like if I could, I don't know, like if I could have like a best of, like I don't know, they took all the best episodes and distilled them down and made like a one DVD collection. Like I'd take it.
It was,
Although it would be so hotly contested that it would be almost meaningless.
Hurricane Fluttershy's got to be on it, you jerks!
the thing is about this episode, Sandy actually posted a screenshot from, I think it's Pony-chan. And the post is basically says, I'm still trying to process the fact that they hung Twilight's home, the rotting and always decaying remnants of it, over the fracking throne room. It'll be a constant reminder that everything she ever loved is gone.
Oh,
What
I
a
don't
fracking,
think of
discomforting way to end an MLP episode, and for that matter, a kid show in general.
That's not what it's about.
And the replies are, as morbid as that is, you have to admit it's hilariously metal as frack. It's like hanging the head of your dead parents from the ceiling in their living room. And attached to those heads are pictures of memories you've shared with them.
There's a reason why we haven't fully seen inside of Sweet Apple Acres. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Now, so here's the thing. I made this joke in the in one of our chats that we're in, AC, and I still stand by it. That every time they want to deal with something really difficult, they always show us clips from better episodes. If you've ever noticed that, like the big thing. the season 2 finale where they relive all of their happy moments because they're unhappy. It's like going back and just flashing back to earlier in seasons 1 and 2. In season 3, when she does the "You've come such a long, long way," all
the
the old
YouTube wall.
the YouTube wall of all the old episodes, and then this at the end of this, there's the little crystals, and there happen to be exactly as many of those as there have been episodes so far, which I think is a clever little touch.
One thing about those crystals, how did Rarity get a sewing needle through those?
She's
How
damn
did,
good.
How did Maud get a needle through a rock?
It's the science of magic, people. It's friendship, all right? Honestly, yeah, the predictable ending, and I called it halfway through watching it. I was like, oh, I'll bet they're going to ditch all the decorations, and they're going to say that the real value of the place is like memories or friendship or some crap.
I thought
And
they were
sure
just going to
enough,
fill the place with books. I thought that's what they were going for.
like a library or something. But I mean, yeah, but it turns out, they didn't go any really unique way. Like, honestly, what I really pictured was the main 6 were going to live there, because there's so much space and it's such a waste for one royal pony. It's just like literally it's gratuitous, and it looks like it was just built around a toy.
Well, when you look at Rainbow Dash's house, it's a friggin' palace in the sky in itself.
Well, but if you like, every time we've ever seen it in it looks pretty humble. It just has big outside decoration.
Yeah,
but
we saw a bit more this time that made it look
Yeah,
substantial.
there's a statue of a Wonderbolt by the front door.
well, I mean, yeah, all right, but that's
Rainbow Dash decorates with style.
well, Rainbow Dash is paid by the government, and so they're notorious.
Oh, conspiracies.
Conspiracy. Yeah. But then again, so is Twilight, because she's, now a government administrator.
House
I
of,
don't know where I'm going
House
with
of
that
Cards
conspiracy
equestrian version.
Yeah, House of
House of
Plots.
Hooves or something.
Hoof of Cards.
Let's see. I'm trying to say. I have a feeling, and I'm hoping this is true.
I got a feeling.
I have a feeling that there's something akin to that that's going to happen this season. Like, I understand that the castle is, this kind of big open nothing right now.
Sure.
And I would love it if, it ended up that, like, Twilight ended up getting guards, that just kind of, like, hung around. And, I love kind of, like, the story of, like, well, why would a princess need guards? And you go, like, oh, no, they're, like, really great advisors. They make sure that they keep a princess like grounded and understand, like, hey, you're kind of this crazy, people look up to you, but you have your friends and you have these people that help keep you grounded. Like, it's I think it's something where you could bring those pieces in slowly and kind of picking through. That's my hope, is that through the season it becomes less of like, hey, Twilight's just got this crazy castle, into like, no, Twilight's got a castle, she's in charge of something, Ponyville kind of becomes her domain, but kind of equal to the Crystal Kingdom. It's like, but, it's all in like, Celestia and Luna going like, oh yeah, it's go for it, like, it's yours,
And you know what? It would actually really interest me if this is the first in a long series where they actually finally go into princessy stuff for her. Like, because it's been a problem. Like, season 4 forgot she was a princess half the episodes. They just disregarded that she was a princess.
Especially Manhattan, trying to catch a taxi.
Like, trying to catch a taxi, and it's like, oh yeah, you're one of the princesses of this entire empire that's based on horses.
Get in line.
Get lost. Yeah, like, you wouldn't do that. But, but even though, Twilight doesn't like to make a big deal out of it, it also seemed that the entire townspeople also were oblivious to it, even though all of them were just there at her ceremony. But, so...
Well, they're New Yorkers. What do you expect?
They're New Yorkers. They don't care, right? It's like they just get frustrated when Obama stops traffic, for a motorcade or something.
Especially that grumpy cat pony.
Right? Grumpy cat pony. But... yeah, like, if this season they actually do this whole, like, okay, now she's really a princess, and here's what she does as princess friendship, and here's the princessy stuff that happens to her and all of that, and then, like, it actually becomes a thing, and I'm sure this is all just for the 6 to 12-year-old girls in the world, but the whole idea is, like, look at how she came from such humble roots, and through the power of friendship now has all this royal treatment. and like it'll be one of those things where it's something kids can aspire to. Like one day I want to be a part of the monarchy.
I want to be part of the matriarchy. Hooray!
I want to be a part of the matriarchy.
Let's see. Yeah, and Graham is talking about this as week. It sounds like that this season is definitely more friend trek in the fact that they are traveling more. So maybe we'll get that, maybe not.
Maybe
Supposedly
not.
they're going to be traveling a bit more than they were in the past seasons, but this would be
Now that part is cool. That part I'm excited about. I want to go see new cities.
yeah, that might
Yeah,
be where they end up going.
I want him to go to Baltimore and go to a human convention.
I want them to go to Las Pegasus and see if the writers throw any little tiny
no.
subtle jokes.
You see Discord get pissed and just leave.
Yeah, you see like Discord shows up and then like walks off, or like something that's kind of like, aha,
I'm not coming here again.
I'm not coming back. You know?
There's
You
just
got friggin'
they just
Snips just screaming into the microphone asking for help.
they have there's one particular shot where there's just an empty jazzy scooter sitting out there and that's it.
Oh,
But everybody that was at Unicon would go like, ooh. Which, by the way, hold on.
We get it.
One of my favorite holdings now, which I'm going to show on the webcam. I got this from Kefka Floyd.
I thought you got it from that Roger guy.
No, I got it from Kefka Floyd.
Because
It's a Unicon buck.
Yeah, because he was Roger's guy was holding it, waiting for you to come down.
Well, right, he picked it up for me, but it was
From Kev. That's right.
But it was
From
Kefka's. Yeah, I've got a 5-bit, a Unicon 5.
Yeah. Wasn't it? Oh. I just now remembered how sad that is.
Yeah, I saw it close up there. I was like, is that? Oh God.
Well, but Sweet Apple Acres said they would honor any Las Pegasus bucks that you had for their vendor hall.
Well, it's the only money that's actually appreciated in value after its collapse.
Right.
It's a collector's item now.
But
why don't you,
yeah,
why don't you
the
spock it?
irony of that being Sweet Apple Acres that said that, right? And then you show up to their con with your Las Pegasus money, and then it's like, no.
Like, we were kidding.
But yeah, the I don't know. In all, so my feelings on the episode was, one, Twilight kicked Angel, and it's the best thing ever.
That was awesome.
So that's at least 1 point, +1 for
Biceps works at the massage
Angel.
parlor,
Yes, when Bulk Biceps picked up Spikes with his pecs. Well, hold on.
That was great.
When Bulk Biceps picked up Spike with his pecs, that was great. Just,
there though, because when he comes out, he's got that little hat in front of his mane, but when he goes to crash through the wall again, it's gone.
ooh.
Oh, continuity error.
So.
But then freaking, I hate it when he does that.
And you were trying to figure out, is that the first time that
Is that the first time we've heard Aloe speak?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
It is. It is.
Because Lotus is obviously the first. Because like, hey, can we get the recipe for this? Way back in Bridal Gossip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
But that was the first time we heard her. Yeah.
There was the whole like, you wouldn't want to disappoint the spa patrons, but I don't think they even spoke at the,
No, they just danced in place in excitement.
Yeah.
as they are wont to do.
Interesting.
So there were those two pieces, and come on, there was at least a little bit of feels where. I'm sorry, I said feels. There was a little bit of emotion there when you actually looked up and you saw the tree, and there was just that reaction of just like, oh, this actually does feel a little better now. You know, there's at least just a little memento of you know, the past episodes instead of this weird whitewash, just nothing.
Plus, we got to see the Quills and Sofas guy trying to sell beds.
Yep.
That was pretty funny.
More quills and sofas.
Rainbow Dash, when Spike looks out the window and Dash looks in, just does that whole keep it going.
Keep it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Dash is the opener of the song.
Yeah.
The first words of the song are Rainbow Dash singing, which is very rare. And she actually, like, later in the episode, she's like, touche.
Yeah.
And she
like
says
all
it
your
that
turf,
way.
you say Rainbow Dash. Touche.
Now,
Touche.
I guess we could move over to talking about the song. I will admit the song was probably one of my least favorites.
It had its moments.
It was very. I don't like.
I agree.
I don't like songs that are just there to be like, we're going to explain what's going to be done in this episode.
Well, on the bright side, when it at the end of the song of at the end of the first part of the song, they immediately realized this probably wasn't a good idea. Because you see them all looking around like, huh.
Well, but that song just had, like, I mean, to be honest, yeah, it was just thrown together, and it had a lot of the same elements as all the other songs, and
Like Art of the Dress, especially.
yeah, just the little twangy guitar and all that. It's just like, to me, it was not a significant song. It's not one that's going to get the same kind of remix action that, the Our Town,
the Communist March art.
the Communist March song is definitely going to get a lot more action.
You
This
can't
is
have
just
a nightmare
really-
if you never dream.
Hey guys,
But this song,
go ahead.
is
What?
it's too specific about, like, let's make this castle a home.
Yeah.
Which even just as a sentence sounds foreboding and wrong. Like, you're like, let's make this giant imposing castle feel like home. Like, but it's a castle.
Yeah, it's supposed to be official business.
Yeah,
No.
the only
Serious business only.
Now, I just had a weird idea, and, consider this canon or not, or whatever you want to do with it. What if singing is is like magic on its own, and
Oh,
that was
Lord.
them just making a terrible mistake in a magic like song spell, where it's like
In a
we're going to
magic
we're going to sing to progress time and make things go faster, and then by the end of it, they're like,
need a montage.
pretty much like it's something like
Rocky
that.
and a montage.
Where it's just something like, all right, we're gonna sing, and maybe it'll make things totally good, and they finish and they're like, oh no, we screwed that
didn't
one up.
do anything. Oh no, the goggles, they do nothing.
It's like half of the time that the CMCs sing, they're like, yay, we're gonna do. Oh crap, but then you have stuff like This Day Aria, which is like a song battle between two of like who's gonna
This Day Aria, like, that was one of the fact that they abandoned, and I mean abandoned, their love of Sondheim musical numbers and other Broadway pieces as the inspiration for their music, I think is tragic. I loved those first few numbers that were really based on actual Broadway pieces. And even like Find a Pet had the cadence and rhythm, and it had the breaks such that it sounded like a Broadway piece.
Yeah, I did notice with Find a Pet.
And Find a Pet wasn't based on any actual Broadway piece. There's no piece you can go find that is that song.
It was inspired by, I think, Dr. Dolittle or whatever, but it wasn't based on anything. No.
It wasn't based on it in a way where you could just go, oh, it's just that same song. But it had a lot of the same stylings, and I really appreciated that as just, just a nice touch. But they've gone entirely to just, let's always use the same instruments in a song. And even in the BabsCon panel, which is now available on ponyvillelive.com, the BabsCon panel, I like how smoothly I can just, throw it there. The MLP, musicians of MLP, where it had both Danny Ingram and Stephen Andrews, were both up there on stage. And they said that they literally just have instruments that they use for all the characters. Like, like Rarity's always going to have this instrument behind her. Pinky's always going to have this instrument behind her. And it's kind of like, that's why all the songs are starting to blur together, is because it's like, oh, Pinky's part of this song is always going to have this instrument. Applejack's always going to have like that twangy guitar.
You're always going to have an electric guitar behind Rainbow Dash.
An electric guitar behind Rainbow Dash, exactly. It's kind of like, okay, we get it, but we do reach a point, and this will be the sad point when it happens, right? That things stop feeling new. Like, and it's probably just a consequence of having been on the ride as long as we have. But things will stop feeling new, and they'll start feeling recycled, even if they're not. Even if they are theoretically new concepts, we'll see so many parallels to the, season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4 stuff that, we'll start to go, okay, we've seen all this before.
Silver, are you saying Ponies has jumped the shark?
I'm not saying that it's happened yet because I really do want to see what happens with all this going and exploring stuff because they really haven't fleshed out the world that well. Like they haven't explained what's like. I mean, they haven't even touched the concept of like somehow a pony controls the sun and the moon's movement in this world, but yet the dragon people don't even care about the pony royalty. So does that mean that outside of Equestria, the sun and moon just follow normal cycles?
No, because
Or,
or go ahead.
or Aoizota wanted 800 years of unrelenting swelter.
Yeah, 800 years of unrelenting swelter, like right in the middle of, right in the middle of Equestria. It's like, yeah, like that valley's going to be really hot for a little while, and then like, what's Celestia going to do? Like, well, he said so.
Well, the simple fanon explanation is that the dragons are the ones that handle the elements, so they're the elementals, and the griffins are actually the keepers of the sky, and
Oh, I actually forgot about the griffins now that Mareka is also Sonata.
mm-hmm.
Tacos.
Yeah, we all have a thing that we can like legit like fangirl over her for.
You are the best griffin. Ah!
You were the best griffin. Oh, you were the only griffin. But
No, actually, there was that chef in the damn mystery
Gustave
express one.
Legrand.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
Gustave
and the
Legrand.
ones in the games, the equestrian.
Yeah, but they
games.
didn't talk.
They didn't talk.
Gustav did.
Yeah. Let's see So let's see. Is there anything else of the episode? We kind of covered the song. We covered the ending. If not, there's one other thing that I haven't seen, but I think the rest of you can actually respond to. So, is there anything remaining for Castle Sweet Castle we want to talk about?
The main style that Twy had that was there for like 5 seconds.
I kind of liked it.
Yeah. Even though her bangs kept getting in her eyes.
Yeah, it was impractical, but it was neat.
It was adorable.
It did.
Did some pony call from Michelle?
Absolutely. All right. So I'll take care of Castle Sweet Castle. Next week is Bloom and Gloom, episode number 95, or season 5, episode number 4. Synopsis is Apple Bloom is super stressed out about getting her cutie mark.
You don't say.
I do say that's actually what she's stressed out about. Getting her
About,
cutie
I
mark.
think, trying to get it. I think is not actually getting it. Obviously.
Yeah, well, she's
Want to be president.
she's super stressed. So Apple Bloom episode coming up. I'm sure it's going to be Apple Family and all that fun.
And after that, it's going to be a tearjerker.
Oh yeah, this is going to be what you're going to be wanting, Silver. Your deep.
Oh, good. A nice heavy episode.
Yeah, one.
Yep.
Is it really called Tanks for the Memories
Yes.
and Tank Eyes?
It is Tanks.
Well, he doesn't die, but you want a spoiler?
Well, we can talk about it next week, but the
True.
spoiler or the info for Tanks for the Memories is Tank goes into hibernation in winter. So Rainbow Dash decides that she is going to stop winter.
Yeah.
She's gonna stop winter in order to
Yeah.
keep Tank alive.
Or keep Tank from hibernating. You
Keep him
see?
from hibernating.
It-
Right.
It's a dark concept
Dude,
done.
see, now that is television.
In 800 years of unrelenting swelter.
Unrelenting swelter. She actually goes and gets Aoizota, like, come back. Make my little house into a swelter.
She
place.
accidentally makes it snow for 20 years, and
Yeah, she screws
Nuclear
it up.
winter. She does a
Nuclear
nuclear
winter.
winter.
oh no! and
It's like the end of dinosaurs.
and then the
Oh.
sad fic is the fact that she just waits there for Tank the whole time. All right, so
Oh, it's kind of like that Futurama episode.
That's the joke.
Oh, with the dog.
Yeah.
all right, so to transition in from to happier topics,
I'm waiting for you, Tony.
have any of you seen the new Rainbow Rocks videos?
Yes.
Oh yeah, the
I
music
love them.
videos.
So
I
let's-
thought they were like fan made and like really good, and then like, oh no, that's actually.
They're totally official. So I have not seen them, so I'm going to have to leave this to you guys to talk about. But let me pull up here. So the encore shorts where Life is a Runway, My Past is Not Today, and Friendship Through the Ages.
You should probably watch My Past Is Not Today Last. Trust me.
Okay.
Just it's just one of those things. Where it's the best. Save the best for last.
So, Life is a Runway is a rarity one.
Yep.
Friendship Through the Ages is
Everybody.
ensemble, and then My Past Is Not Today is the Sunset Let It Go, I hear.
Basically.
Let it go.
No.
Shut up.
Listen, we cannot pay off Disney. It's hard enough.
I'm sorry.
They hear those 3 bars, their lawyers just jump from the ceiling.
Why is you showing up? Do you want to see the moonrise?
Bronyville.
Oh, there we go. Let's get a terrible knockoff of Let It Go with with the name of the show. With Alpha Sandy Cider Disco and Fire Alpha.
Disco never bothered me anyway.
Nope. That's why I quit. Bye.
Hey, you guys want to move to the Steven Universe fandom with me?
No.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go back to the Lion King fandom.
I'm actually going to make a radio station, and this is like for real, not for play. Called Azure. I'm going to make a station called Azure Radio because our mascot's name is Azura, and Azure is an actual like color of a gem. And of course, the best non-pony Steven Universe character is Lapis Lazuli. The blue girl. She's super cute and awesome and is the best character. And our radio station is going to be music the people of this world believe in.
Aww.
And
you can battle against the Emerald Free Network. So
the Emerald Free Network.
Oh, you.
Shucks.
Memory. That's actually what's dangling over my ceiling fan is
Emeralds?
a gem. Yeah, it's got a gem and it's got like their logo on it, and it's like.
Does it have your good old memories from your own destroyed house?
Right, yeah, from like all my old houses and all my old jobs and like you remember that job you had?
There's the dish rack I had in that apartment. Everybody just
Here's where I didn't pay rent for the month.
You bring a prospective girlfriend into the house, and they're like, "The fuck?"
You see, here's the girl I had before you.
Oh wow!
Whoa!
Wow!
Thanks, Scope.
Yep.
All right, so that'll go ahead and take care. Go check out the shorts too. They're actually good, and seriously, Rainbow Rocks is all right.
My favorite one is probably the Friendship Through the Ages.
Really?
Personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people like it. I haven't seen any of them, but
It hit a chord with me after BabsCon. So.
I do like Sunset Shimmer.
Oh no, that one's really good too.
Yeah.
They're all really good.
I may have been recorded stating something about Sunset Shimmer.
I have such a high level of respect for Rebecca Shoyket. She's just got such a she can turn on that singing voice like at the drop of a hat.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Did you hear her sing "You Are My Sunshine"?
I did not.
No. I was actually there for I went to the music panel, and within the first 5 minutes they mentioned they play the whole the song, and then what was it? I forget what else.
That was it. Yeah, that was at that music panel that she did it. And yeah, you can see the footage on PonyvilleLive.com, Scope, if you're really interested.
Yeah, no, they play the song, they announced something else, and then I left.
Oh yeah, the song was good, but then it was Q&A. And of course the Q&A. The guy from last year who asked one of the, I believe it was Nicole Oliver.
Yes.
He asked her to sing "You Are My Sunshine" to him. I guess is. Yeah, it's a bit.
Love
interesting.
me.
Love me, Charlie.
Nicole made it like a really nice moment. I was almost wondering if doing it again this year was like I don't know, like an homage to it, but knowing it's the same guy, it seems like
it's the same dude. It's not an homage to it. It's just it's going to happen again next year. It's going to keep happening. But at the same time, the people who do it so well save it. And it's like, so Nicole saved it last year by actually like really pumping out this really nice like, because she's got that mom instinct,
Super
so she can pull it
tender
off.
and
Yeah, really nice. And then Rebecca just like knocked it out of the park. She sang this really great thing. It was 10 in the morning. Everybody's tired and hungover. I mean, we're
Tired.
partied out and tired.
I
And
wasn't.
Scope wasn't apparently.
No, I don't
but
party.
you don't party.
that's
Nope.
good. So, you were saying, Silver?
But yeah, she just belted it out, and like it was like she didn't like overdo it or anything. It was just this really really well done thing, and it makes up for how decidedly cringe the actual request itself is. Because like you expect, like if one person can get away with asking for a song, that the next four people in line are all going to ask for someone to sing a song.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. And this it's actually how it went in that panel. One person said, "Hey, I made you a thing. Do you want to see it?" And they got invited on stage to show the VAs the thing that they had made, and then sure enough, like clockwork, three people in line passed them. And this other girl says, "Hey, I made you a thing," and then just without even asking, just walks straight up stage to hand it to him.
This is one of the reasons when Bronyville does panels, we usually do a 2-person screener. One person manages the panel while the other one screens the questions.
Not a bad idea, and I did see that you guys did it in the IDW panel,
and it works great. And I wonder why we weren't asked for other panel.
Well, that IDW panel, I wanted to help out, but it was a sauna.
It was. Oh my god!
Those
I
panels
rolled
just got
out.
really high. But also, you notice I didn't host any panels this year.
Oh, you were hidden behind in
I
base
was
station
stuck in
1.
I was in backstage the entire time. I didn't host a single panel.
Yeah.
I asked to, but I didn't.
You may have
well,
seen me wandering around then.
I offered 2 and we got 1. Whatever. That's
Got
an
the paint
aside.
on.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Let's see. Is there any other thing we should cover before we hit our one cool things? Then after one cool things, it will break into the audio piece from BabsCon, and then you'll all be free. But anything else? Anything else?
Because I work tomorrow.
Yeah, yes, we do have to work tomorrow. So in that case, let's go ahead and talk about this. First off, I want to go ahead and talk about first, if you did enjoy the show, please go over to iTunes, leave us a review. We're always highly up there on iTunes and the TV and music, or TV and movies, because we're actually kind of okay at this, I guess. But we have over 800 reviews, and that's how awesome it is. So go up there, leave us a review, say we're awesome, 5 stars. It's great. Keeps us up there because we have to fight people like, I don't know, Kevin Smith and that Adam Savage guy, and people that I guess actually are web famous.
And Jericho.
I know.
Yeah, Chris Jericho.
That guy. What has he done? Won a belt? Jeez.
I have a belt on right now.
I saw somebody break somebody at BabsCon over a belt. Come on.
God.
Oh man, we have footage of that too.
Gosh, how
That's a
edited
story I
did
wanna
that
hear.
get? Well, these. Tell you what, we'll cover that story. We sort of covered that in the BabsCon piece, but we'll cover that post show. So go ahead and check that out. If you do like the show and want to send a little money our way, because we have to pay we need to revamp the site. That's a big thing that's on our schedule now. We need to do some other things. If we end up doing that, the Eating Happiness shirt, whatever I said earlier in the show that I now can't remember. We could do that at some point, but we need a little bit of help and love from you guys to pay server costs and any of that stuff. So if you want, you can go over to BronyShow.com, BronyvillePodcast.com. There is a donation area on the side where it's a quick and easy PayPal to us, and we'll give you high fives and think you're the best person ever, because that's super great if you want to. And when we get a site up and we're actually up and revamped, we want to do a Patreon and all that other stuff that everybody on the face of the planet already does. Yeah. So go check that out. But now it's time for one cool thing, which is one really awesome thing that we want to give you, pony or not pony related, that you can go ahead and check out for this week. My thing is pulling back once more back to the grand old days of Windows 95. That's right. When start buttons were a novel idea, when there were taskbars, where setting a desktop was magic. I want to bring you the magic that is one of the games in your Windows 95 boot disk. And that game, my dear friends, is Hover. If you go to hover.ie, it's a big ad for Internet Explorer, but I confirmed it works in Chrome. Because if it works in IE, more than likely it's gonna work in Chrome. So if you go to there, it's the game Hover. It is a capture the flag, bounce around in a hover car / bumper car simulator game based off of the Hover that was in the Windows 95 boot disk. It's silly. It's a dumb little game, but there's nothing more than feeling like the weird nostalgia of just like, this is just like the game I played way back when on the disc. Whee! So you can go check that out. That's hover.ie. You can go see that. It's a neat thing. It's kind of a fun, like, touch and blast of the past. Has multiple levels, power-ups, an online and a single-player mode, so you can go check that out.
Hover.ie.
Hover.ie. http://hover.ie. Because Internet Explorer, right? Ha! Alpha, what's yours?
Okay, so everyone knows the things I like. Pretty simple. So what I have are two links, actually. One of them is a link talking about the upcoming Deadpool movie. This is actually a April Fool's thing that they ran, talking about the new movie. And I guess the thing is that they're actually going to make the Deadpool movie rated R, so hoo-ah, which is pretty cool. And then when I have a link to where someone actually has like some like spy shots from the filming of the Deadpool movie in Vancouver. And if you see the outfit, it is like straight out of the comic book, more so than probably any comic movie we've since ever seen. I mean, it is like dead on accurate. And so, like, if you search around online, you can find other pictures. But what looks really cool, and I got to start nerd out on this, is because one of the things about Deadpool is he's really expressive. And they're doing the helmet, and what I've seen, like, I've seen the face done two different ways. One, like you see in these pictures, and other ones where you can see his face, and he's got, like, white dots on it. And what the rumor is that they're actually going to be, through CG, animating expressions. So he'll actually be able to emote with his eyes, like you see in the comics, through this mask, which I think is just awesome sounding. So I'm looking forward to this. It looks like it's going to be awesome. Here's hoping.
That'd be cool. They'll have to obviously emote some other facial expressions on top of that, but that would be neat.
Yeah, if you saw the what was it, the test footage that leaked, that was all done CG, but he definitely was able to express stuff through the mask, and they're going to try and get that look in. So that sounds really impressive to me.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, awesome. So check that out. The Deadpool movie does look fun. It's Ryan Reynolds' attempt number 3 at a superhero movie. Yeah, so.
Yeah, it really is.
So hopefully he seems much better fit to this than the other ones. All right, let's see. Let's go here. Scope, what's this you have here?
Well, actually, I got two. One is if you've ever watched Beast Wars, or watch My Little Pony for that matter. The voice actor for Rhinox and Cranky Doodle, Richard Newman, his daughter decided to start an Indiegogo to help her dad raise some money because he's getting old. He's not getting all the jobs he used to, and it's hard to afford like the home they're living in and such. So she started Indiegogo, and it's raised $1 million for M. Bison because he was also the M. Bison that went yes. If you've ever seen that played over and over and over again.
Our Roger Marsh loves that clip, so.
Yeah, well, thing is, though, they've raised 233 Canadian out of, $1 million. So I don't know if they're going to get it, but hopefully they will. But I donated. I donated $30 Canadian, which is $23 USD. But for 15, you get a signed headshot. For 20, you get a signed LP of a band he used to be, but he was like in back in the day.
Oh yeah.
For 25, he'll record a voicemail message for you. Or for 30, which I did, he'll personalize a video. Let's see. For $30, we record and send you a video of Richard Newman saying whatever you want as whatever character you want within the realm of tastefulness. Get Mr. Turtle to tell your kids to go to bed. Get Cranky Doodle Donkey to propose to your partner. The opportunities, see above Fairnetical, are endless.
All right. So what did you ask him?
I haven't yet. So I
What?
donated and I got the email saying, "Hey, just let us know what you want." And I'm like, I don't even know what I want.
All right. So contact Scope Guard Pony on Skype, or actually on
Actually,
Twitter.
no, it's on Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah, Scope Guard Pony on Twitter, and tell him what he should have Cranky Doodle Donkey say to him. You're
Or
such
Rhinax.
Let's just go like you're such an ass.
or yeah, well, yeah. Thank you, Doodle. Yeah.
See, that's not too bad.
Well, you could also get one, like you said, $30 Canadian is 23 USD. So if you want a personalized video of Rhinox screaming at you can go ahead and do this. Or for 25 Canadian, have him record your voicemail message.
So, all right, so got that, and what's this other? Oh God, it's this.
Don't hug me, I'm scared. Part 4.
Yes, please. If you watch these, please be. If you haven't seen the "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared's" before, they're kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Yes.
They start out all nice, and then they become bizarre. And the first one is gory, obviously.
Time is kind of gory too.
Well, yeah. And then 3 is just like, huh?
3 is weird cultish.
And 4 is, it's one of those, this is what the internet is doing to us.
Internet style.
Yeah.
Virtual style.
Digital dancing. Hey, this is fun. Look, nothing. Digital style.
So
Don't touch me.
What? Yeah. So yeah, that's Don't Touch Me, I'm Scared, number 4.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
Or Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
Yeah, don't touch me, I'm scared.
Sure.
Well, I am scared.
5 Iron isn't here. Silver, do you have anything that you want to pimp?
I was going to pimp the PBL Convention Center page for BabsCon's footage, as I tend to want to do in these things. But we're currently getting DDoSed.
Ooh.
Oh no!
We've been getting DDoSed for the last hour, and so
I blame Everfree.
Yeah, the ghost of Everfree.
Take these maggots.
Somewhere Nash is just rubbing his palms.
He's just like, yeah.
Duke boys.
They'll never suspect me.
I paid the Russians again. Ha ha.
Yeah, but when that comes back up, you can see. You can also go look at our YouTube page, youtube.com/Ponyville Live Global. It's got all of our BabsCon footage. We have a total of, get this, almost 80 videos from BabsCon to post. Now, right now, I've posted, about 40 of them so far. It's a little bit slow going because, you have to edit and clean up and post-process and render every single panel. And for the concerts in particular, those are going to take a little while because we have 5 angles of every single musical performance. Yeah.
For Naham, what did I heard that Rebecca Shoykett made an appearance and
she did alongside Chi Chi, and those
what
two.
they all sing?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what they sang, but they did appear together and did a duet. What we did for the concert was we put all of the audio up on Mega. So that people could download the audio from the concerts, while because we knew it would take so long for us to do all of the video stuff. So, you can go find it, I'm sure, in our audio files. But, yeah.
All right.
It was nice. It was a nice little duet.
Hooray. All right, so go check that out. That's all over there on the Ponyville Live site, available once they stop being DDoSed.
Right.
So.
DDoS by the ashes of Everfree.
Yep.
Well, who knows? It could be.
Who knows?
It could be coming from within the building.
Oh no!
I know, it's me DDoSing it. Oh no!
and then you were a demon.
I was playing the DDoS box. What does this thing do?
But yeah, I was on DDoS box. But yeah, what is this?
Then a skeleton popped out.
Or it's like those websites where you go to where there's just a single big red button, you hit it and it opens like 400 tabs.
It's just Zombocom over.
Well, but I mean, the important question here is who was phone?
Oh no!
I cry every Tim.
Oh God!
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are done. Or maybe just I'm done
Stick
We're
a
beyond
fork.
done.
with episode number 170. We are 20 away from a 200th episode.
What?
We're like 4 or 5 away from episode 100 of My Little Pony.
Oh man, maybe
Uh,
maybe we could make a whole bunch of really fast episodes and do them at the same time.
line
One
'em up,
every
yeah.
evening.
we just do like some 5-second episodes, just going bah! And then post it.
It's Bronyville
It
Tuesday.
counts.
Goodbye.
It counts.
So now we're 5-second films
Yes.
for Bronies. That's great.
Yeah. I'm a horse. End. All right.
Let me go get Brian Ferenzi from England to do our videos.
All right, that works for me. All right, so that takes care of episode 170. That is it for us this week. You will be hearing our Crazy Babs discussion after this. So hopefully we'll put that all together. Also, you're probably going to get something in your stream this week, which is an addition to the this equestrian life bit that we did as our April Fool's episode. By the way, if you didn't figure that out, like Silver didn't.
I just thought it was a thing you were doing now. Like, I can't
Nice.
tell. You guys change show formats like every few weeks. So
Boo!
it's like, boo!
Guessing.
Boo.
That's
But
mean. How dare you?
So we're going to try that. We're going to attach it because Sandy, we did not get the actual story that Sandy read attached to the episode, so you're getting a small story reading by Chef Sandy as a standalone.
Oh, nice.
So look at that in your stream coming this week. I've got to post the episode like tonight, and this can go up whenever 5 Iron's done, and then that will come sometime during the week. So
When he's done with his gardening, anyway.
yeah, so that could be episode number 71, and we're that much closer to day and dating it. I don't know. All right, so that's it. I'm cutting it. That's fine.
Thanks, Obama.
That's episode.
Yeah.
I will be your Obama this week. Fine.
You always are Obama.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Yes, thank you for joining us. All of the contact information for all of us goobers, as well as any of the stuff that we talked about on the show, is listed in the show notes. You can find that over again at BronyShow.com, BronyvillePodcast.com. If you liked us, leave the iTunes review thingies or whatever aggregate service you use. Give us stars, that thing. Or you can listen to us on that Ponyville Live place. They do us, Ponyville
Forgot about
FM.
them.
No, I see.
It's very nice.
Yeah, we're on that. We're on the Celestia radios. We're on all sorts of places. We're probably on Canterlot Hill. Who knows? We're all over the place.
Who
now.
knows?
Yeah.
Are we? I don't know.
We might as well be.
It might be. Yeah.
Canterlot Hill's on PVLs. And,
Oh, I wasn't aware.
collusion.
I don't listen to these Brony podcasts, so I don't know.
Oh.
Neither do I. To
I
be
listen
honest.
to them on flights. I listened to Bronyville on my road trip up for Nightmare Nights,
Sorry.
and I
Terribly
listened
sorry.
to it on the flight back from Babs, and I was so tickled by this equestrian life that I actually thought you were going to keep doing it.
I want to. We need to get Fluffy Hoof to do more of them because I think
it's adorable.
I think they're fantastic. I really do want to get you in contact with them so it can be an actual thing because I think that
this thing happen.
they are stupid adorable. So
It was great. It was just so refreshing. It was just like, oh, what silliness are they going to talk about this week? And then it was like a whole like in character thing, and I was like, wow, they still do like Pony.
yeah, we can surprise you every once in a while.
Yeah, like wow.
Like
they're not
once a
right.
year, we'll surprise you.
Yeah, once a year.
Well, once a year, we'll actually change it up in a way that people like.
And next week, it's going to be just all Star Trek all the time.
It's all Star Trek and
Then all Lion King.
I did finish Kill la Kill, so.
Oh,
Isn't that great?
Lord.
Goku Star 3 uniforms.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and end it. That's Bronyville episode 170. We'll see you next week on Saturday for 171. Until then, sleep
Thanks,
well,
Celestia.
every pony.
Pony on.
Ah!
Pony on. Don't lose your pony.
I don't think spears appear in enough games, especially
especially in like role-playing games, spears are for like guards and NPCs.
And what's
and
nice,
bad guys.
you have that extra reach. You just go up and
Like
like
Dark Souls.
shank.
It's so
And they die,
frustrating.
and
You
you walk
spend
on.
so many hours getting all your loot, getting all your souls, and you go, and then all of a sudden it's an ambush and you die, and you're like, what? And then you go do it again, and then you like go to roll out of the way, and you roll off the cliff, and you lose all your souls, and you're like, oh,
fuck, I
Dark
had that
Souls.
happen. You know, right past the first bonfire in the Undead Burg, there's those dudes that are throwing fire pots at you. For some reason, I clicked the right stick, and my guy targeted one up there, so I immediately turned to face and just walked off the ledge. That game, it's like the mechanics are almost there as much as they are to help you.
It's like one of those like hacked Mario ROMs that people make with like the invisible. They have like invisible like sections.
It's so terrible.
So we should start the recording.
Which we have the recordings going right now during all this
fantastic.
Dark Souls talk. Hey,
Dark Souls is really freaking hard, guys.
And you don't have to play it if you come to BabsCon.
Nope.
There you go.
We did
Transition.
We did not play.
That's
There was
called-
no Dark Souls were played here at BabsCon 2015.
As far as where we can't handle somebody's room party. So yeah, we're here at BabsCon. It's me, AC. Sandy's here.
Howdy.
Scope's here. Yeah. And we've got a collection of friends here. We got our usual Kefka Floyd here.
Hello.
Yeah, he's here.
Talk at the box.
Hello, box.
You don't have. Oh wow, you spiked real well that time. You don't have to.
Yeah, you might want to get a little closer there. Right?
Yeah. Roger Marsh is
Yeah, I'm
here as
here.
well. Yeah.
I'm on the floor.
And we got Bash Script in.
Hello.
Just yanked him out of the
I'm
bathroom.
waving at the box like it
Yeah,
matters.
like, hi, the
Hey,
people.
if you want,
I
I
know
can
it's
pull my
in
webcam
football.
out and you can pretend it's watching us.
There we go.
The people on the internet are seeing me through this audio file.
They've decoded it and you're getting a visual image.
Wasn't there like there actually was some form
Aphex
of like
Twin.
musician,
Yeah.
Aphex Twin that put an image inside of one of their
Several.
audio
It was
files?
like,
Yeah.
even though it was pictures, it was like picture of his face, pictures of his cats, were all embedded in the songs.
Weird. Well,
The pre-internet cat transport media.
yes, before the days of YouTube, you had to put it in a disc and hide it inside of music.
I saw it was a piece of like film footage from the late 19th century, so it's like some of the earliest film footage ever made, and it was people like got cats and made a little cat-sized boxing ring and were like filming it. Like this predated like World War One.
Thus proving that everybody loves
cat
cats.
memes.
Yeah, it was like people were making cat videos like the moment they invented video.
This is derailed again from Dark Souls and Brony and now to
It's a
cats.
cat.
This is close enough.
Well,
This is as close as we're ever gonna get.
this is as
Cali-
close to regular.
Calliope cat or Calliope cat? Yeah, you say that.
Calliope cat.
Calliope cat.
So this is about accurate to our show. So yeah, we're here at
there's
BabsCon. We're going to talk a little bit about the BabsCon experience, I guess, as well as the episode, considering that it
Full
aired.
BabsCon experience.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Sure. And we kind of have it from all sides. Me and Sandy kind of did the regular guest, but kind of regular attendee side.
Yeah, we were guests, sort of.
I wasn't.
We
Yeah.
helped on several panels, or I had 3 and you had the 1.
Yeah. Bash, did you get any do any crazy media stuff, interviews, all that stuff?
No crazy interviews. I just ran main events.
Okay.
That was exhausting.
All right. Well, cool.
Yeah,
Get
he
you-
has that nice, neat-looking staff badge.
Oh yeah. We can talk
The
that.
text
through.
on those badges are so tiny.
I'm gonna point
No,
out
it
that
is
the
very
staff
bad
badges
design.
are identical to the like autograph vouchers.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing.
So if you
Really?
want to use
Yeah,
the
they are.
autograph vouchers for this year, mug a staff member for their badge.
What does this mean? It's like it says staff and
About-
why is there blood on this? Give me the autograph, Tara.
Oh, she left today early.
And so we got Kefka here, obviously, merchant seller extreme.
Yes. Buy my stuff.
Artiste.
We have Roger here for to experience Beige.
Oh yeah,
And
Hey, those Klingons can put on quite the experience.
yeah.
oh God,
That's-
yes,
That Klingon party? That was
yes,
intense.
was
those,
great.
those were
They're
great.
always intense, no matter what convention they go to.
Yeah. And Scope's here to be salty all the entire
yeah.
time.
I hate life.
Yeah. So
He's our color.
yeah, pretty much. He's meant to give.
They can't see what I'm doing
Again,
right now.
again, middle fingers do not translate across audio files.
I'm going to encode
Not
it right
yet.
now. They're going to look at the freaking Spectrum file on Audition. They're just going to these giant middle fingers.
We can make the ID3 tag just an ASCII middle finger.
I hope they can see this because I'm doing it as hard as I can.
But yes, we're here right now. It's Sunday. It's probably like 9:30 at this point.
Yeah, well, it's not
9:00
at 9.
9:04.
9.
Okay, so it's 9.
It's midnight where I live.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
The con is over.
Yep, all sorts of
And the
it.
con account is tweeting weird, stupid shit.
it's invoking Unicon, and we're like, no.
Ixnay on the Unicon, yay!
So yeah, I guess God, we could start from all angles. It's kind of like, well, how was Friday? How was Saturday? I don't know.
It was a convention.
Yeah, what was the convention? I
You've done
mean,
one of these, you've done them all.
well, as long as it's not the aforementioned other convention. Yeah.
I watched that from afar and I was laughing the entire time.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's start with Bash since he did the staff experience.
Oh, the staff experience.
The staff experience.
Was it long and hard?
Well, we started off with I had like 6 employees working under me, and 3 minutes in they vanished. So I was all.
So it was the real con staff
It
experience.
was the con staff experience. No, it was pretty much smooth on my end, hooking up stuff, making sure things go, running over, knocking over projectors on accident, freaking out that no one was going to be able to see anything during the show. That's good stuff. Oh, con stuff.
You just the fun thing is like for the next 3 days you're gonna wake up going, a panel at 10, a panel at 10.
I love it where it's like, all right, let's play the episode. None of our laptops have DVD players.
Whoa! Woo!
It was good stuff.
And they're like, you're certainly not going to download this onto anything. I have been
You
told
wouldn't
that those
download
guys,
a pony.
Those guys probably had the equivalent of like a steel briefcase. I've been told.
Pay no attention
The nuclear
Discovery
football
while I rip
handcuffed to your wrist.
Ignore the do not distribute warning on the video.
They had these guards that look like Nerf guns, but they're real guns.
You just painted orange to give you that impression.
Yeah, as you're setting it up, they're just like a gun to the back of your head.
It's just a man that has a briefcase with a handcuff connected to it. Later on, you just see somebody running out with a briefcase with a hand connected to it.
It's okay. We didn't need that file.
Though watching the episode with everyone was intense. Like I was like, shh, I'm trying to watch
That's
the
why
episode.
I didn't want to go.
See, that's why.
Watch this pony show.
That's why we watched a stream up here.
Yeah.
You guys, I was hooking up the room. I didn't get a chance to. I'm so jealous.
Oh,
The beautiful thing was by streaming it, we got to watch it before all those other people who expressly came here to watch.
And of course, we were streaming it legally, obviously.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course,
We
completely 100% legally. Don't find us and kill us, Hasbro.
Hey, I pay my Verizon bill every month for all that files. They've got my money.
We
I
were
pay my
pulling a
taxes.
remote TiVo. It's totally fine.
Yes.
Of course.
Actually, I was in the elevator and I mentioned to some folks that, yeah, we watch in the room when it airs. That, yeah, you didn't get commercial free, so we didn't have to tell anyone to shut up either.
The commercials were
Come on.
special. They're
Commercials are short, too.
Yeah. They weren't screwing around this time.
Well,
They
This
have
wasn't
those
the hub.
weird
This was
zip-
Discovery Family.
yeah.
Well, I think the winner
There's
on
no gag here.
I think
Gak was the best.
Yeah.
I think the winner on the commercials was they had this blanket that you could zip up, and it was an animal. It was like a hybrid blanket sleeping bag.
Zip
could
your
hide your-
child to your bed.
And I'm like, and they showed it. We're like, now you can snuggle up with your favorite animal friend. They show the kid in the bed, and then it zips up over their head. And I'm like, who designed that? That's a safety hazard.
The parent who doesn't want their kid getting out of bed and mess with them at night. Mom, I can't sleep. Too bad.
I gotta pee. Well,
I like
it's
the-
absorbent.
You
I
think
like
they?
the idea you like zip it up and then just like strip a duct tape.
You just sit there. You put them
I
in.
foresee a recall.
A TSA locks
Yes.
on the two zipper.
Wow.
They're doing that.
It's also
then
really feel.
at the end, it's just like, all right, let me zip you into your bag. All right, now let me get the leather straps around your chest. Now you're never getting out of that bed tonight.
I like to like zip them up. Like, why are there rocks in here?
Wow.
Why is everything wet?
Yeah.
Boy, we went off a tangent, huh?
So yeah,
Much like
that is we knew what would happen when a room full of bronies after an 11-month hiatus started watching an episode, and we wanted no part of that.
Now, granted, I heard from the people that went there that there actually was a fair amount of people going, shh, quiet,
Oh,
come
there
on,
was ton. Like they would have the commercial breaks, so it'd just be like all this and then black. And everyone's like, "What's going on?" And then I'll start back up and I'm like, shh. It was weird. And then every now and then it would buffer and it would go gray and it would do a pop and I was like, "Oh, the laptop."
Buffering.
Yeah.
Did you have a
Ooh,
guy?
thanks, real player.
Have any like audible gasps or just like
I wanted to go up there and be like, "All right, guys, we didn't get the second disc. So sorry." Yeah.
just have it just sobbing.
April Fools.
Just Sonya sitting on the side quietly sobbing. Like Hasbro
Just
trolled
before
us.
the climax of the episode, that real missing.
It just kicks in like Scootaloo's Adventures from 3.5.
Oh no.
Or just plays Terrence and Phillips, not without my anus.
What a crossover.
Yeah.
Hey, they did Steven Universe and Uncle Grandpa. It's not canon. It doesn't matter now. It's
Hey, buddy.
I'm not your buddy, guy.
I'm not your guy, friend.
You see, from what you told me
Princess
of that,
Twilight, this is a weird place, Canada.
What's with their flapping heads?
AC,
God.
from what you told me about that Uncle Grandpa show, I think if you watch that, you might instantly get brain cancer.
Oh God, it's bad.
I don't think it's that.
You know what? If we do if there was ever like a crossover part between ponies and South Park, I would want them to go to the Northern Kingdom and find out that all the ponies' heeds have
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
do that Canadian thing where they're just detached. Like,
Yeah.
hey, buddy.
Welcome to the Crystal Empire.
Now, the Crystal Empire has apologized for King Cyber on several occasions.
Ponyville
That
singing.
Princess Cadence too.
So at least that went all right, and nobody got too much spaghetti everywhere.
Yeah, not much happened other than I lost all my staff and I was very lonely.
See, that happened. That happens.
But I don't know what hell. I don't even know what happened outside the room. I don't. You guys. That's more your guys.
Well,
You guys.
I was
you know.
Not up.
I mean, for Kefka, it's probably just like I was in my little corner. The
Yeah,
entire
doing
time.
selling,
Yes.
making monies.
Selling my stuff.
The bound togethers.
Yes.
Well, I was not selling those.
You were not.
They were at their own special table.
After they set it up.
After, yes. Well, there's...
They were improvising pretty hard when it comes to the vendor area.
Well, I mean, I can't... I mean, what was going to happen...
I need to interrupt. Was there a tattoo parlor here?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. There was a tattoo. It was the same people that were here last year, the same people that I was next to last year. And actually, they are the nicest people. Okay?
What happens if you lose power or you get bumped or I don't know, someone's slow? There's too many. I don't know. I would not go to a pony convention for a tattoo.
Well, I mean, like I said, last year I was next to them, and they're really nice people. No, well, one thing that happened last year was that Tara Strong had come by, and somebody had Tara autograph themselves, and then they immediately, this was all at the tattoo parlor, Tara autographed, and then the tattoo parlor put it in ink.
Oh, that's intense.
I mean, and I'm like right next to it observing this whole thing. And they were this year they were going to put me in a similar area to which we said no because the vendor hall here is the light where they put it. The lighting is not the best.
Yeah.
So it's they're
Weird ass room.
so they were going to put me in a similar area after I specifically asked not to, and they said, "No, we'll move you. We'll move you. It's not a problem." So they moved us into the other room where the comic artists and some other people were.
Art
And,
Sally.
yep, and it was really nice. And I mean that move was made months ago, so it wasn't
Yeah.
like we showed up
I
today.
wonder
and
how
said no.
Citra feels about having been next to them the entire weekend.
No, I'm sure they are. Like I said, they were the nicest
They're
people.
nice people, but they were really busy a lot too. So you had like
Yeah,
Beyond the
because it's-
screams, I mean, it was.
No,
the fine
no.
blood mist covered everything.
No,
It was like Dark Souls the whole time.
cut off.
How did this get on my commission?
no,
Did
they're
Fluttershy kill
fine.
somebody? Sure.
She actually bit into that squirrel.
Is there 2 T's or 1 in Fluttershy? I'm not sure.
I don't know. There's too many unknowns that could happen that I could.
Oh,
I
it's
could
just conventions are full of people with poor impulse control, which is why vendors make so much money. Tattoos, they're very permanent.
How did you get this infection? Went to a ponycon and got a tattoo.
I don't know.
like cutie mark on my face.
But
right?
no,
To be-
but
I mean,
yeah,
to be fair, I mean, this is clearly not their first rodeo.
Yeah. Oh,
When I talked to them last year, they said it's actually a frequent thing that they do, that they go and travel. They're, traveling tattoo people. I mean, hey, if it makes you money and
people buy it.
There's been people that do it at some furry cons too, and
I'm totally cool
in
with it.
Denver at our Rocky Mountain.
I consider it no different than like the times I've seen conventions. Well, I mean, it's a little different, but like they'll just have like a massage shop at the convention where it's just like, come on over and I'll
you walk
give
by, it's just staff just standing there all the time.
just, please God, massage my
Typically,
back.
like guys that look like me, just laying in that chair.
Well, I don't know. At least, masseuse, whatever, massage therapists don't permanently leave marks on your skin unless they give you an infection or something.
Whack, whack, whack.
They punch you so hard they break your spine.
Just get ready for a facial. Just cracks knuckles.
Although I don't think we had any 3D printer guys this year. We had that was the other people that were next to me last year. I don't recall seeing them this year.
There might have been one, but they weren't at their table at the time. So
I
it
didn't
was
see
hard
any
to
3D
tell.
printers, but I mean, there was some custom folks. There was a really cool dude. These Earth Pony designs. He has laser cut.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah, laser
with
wood
the
cut.
wood burning.
I straight up told the guy and his parents, I want you to apply at Nightmare Nights. You'll get a booth.
Yeah, those were cool.
Yeah,
You're like,
that was probably the
really?
big standout in the dealer's room of just like new stuff.
Yeah.
And they were decently priced. They were like $6 for like a small and $30 for the bigger ones.
$6 for a good 8-inch.
And then they had
artwork.
the guy has an artist he's working with. He transfers that art to the laser burn, to laser etcher, and he was saying the big ones, the squares that were selling for $60, take a full hour to do the cycle.
Really?
And he can make, and the ones that were $6, he can make maybe 15 an hour, maybe. So basically, this is something that's really time intensive, and he's that big the Luna and Celestia one said it took 6 hours to make.
Gee.
Wow.
It's done by
An actual laser.
laser printer, laser cutter, but it's still very time intensive, and he has to put the art and convert it properly. So there's a lot of actual work that goes into that. It's really impressive.
No, it sounds like they did well because they were, by the end of it, they're like, oh, these are the last of these.
And
There's
the
no
kid
more
was
left.
he's not that old.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Carjacking.
Yeah. that was probably the standout. I think the thing I'm looking most forward to in terms of stuff is the fact that I've got 4 commissions with Jin, the comic artist. Just going oh yeah, I'm doing these $10 things. I'm like, get the money. Here's money. Here, have all this money to make me things. That was ooh, boy, I can't wait for these to come through. Sorry.
We'll have badges for everything.
Yes, that'd be great. So I guess we could go with me and Sandy. I mean, we had our I had 2 panels. You had 3-ish.
I had 3.
You had 3. See, we did the ping pong with Cassie Wiseluck that did really well.
That was really fun.
Yeah, that was good. Got almost $1,000 for charity.
We had a lot of really good ping pong players.
Yeah,
Too,
there was a few people that walked up and got wrecked, but there were some people that actually did win.
Yeah, we calculated 4 out of 5.
Table's covered in dirt and had burger.
Oh,
yeah, burger.
I was trying to clean it all off, and we were like,
we all were trying to clean it off.
They pulled out of someone's back porch.
I don't know, but you looked on if you watched the video feed, you could see how it was bent and warped and everything.
Thankfully, it seems like it was warped in the same way on both sides.
Yeah.
So
it was
a
like,
Just
massive-
gotta play the table.
No, but there was some fun. I mean, there was so I banged my head twice. That was real good.
Looking for balls.
Jeez, top of my head. Still
Really
feels
wanged your
nice
chunk,
and
huh?
nice.
The best part about that was before the panel. Do not touch the white balls.
Sorry.
Because they were for the autographs. And we were
guess.
But
they
they
were
only
playing
had
with them.
5
Stop
balls
touching the
total,
white
2 orange
balls.
and 3 white. So it's what if we lost more? There'd be some problems there.
Yeah, there was a lot of that panel that was like, oh crap, get the ball.
We winged it, and it worked out pretty well though.
But yeah, $1,000 for charity, so that was
that's
fun.
good. Kathy apparently.
Kathy had a good time. I think my favorite of the matches that we had there was the kid in the suit.
Yeah, he was.
He was good. We allowed him to do the kind of the double tap that you're able to hit downward on your own side. So he was doing well.
He didn't have reach to do much else, really.
Yeah.
Because he was like.
He tried though. He was jumping everywhere.
Yeah, and he was going all over the place. Well, he was an energetic little kid.
Yeah. But no, Kathy had fun with that.
Yeah, but Kathy
She's
smoked
the one that
pretty much
said we'll
everyone.
allow the double bounce too, didn't she?
Yeah, she's well.
Yeah.
Well, I would say I
mentioned-
said like hey, he's doing double bounce, and we both kind of went like, whatever. Yeah, he's a kid. That's fine.
Yeah.
So
I mean, she still
we couldn't
won
figure
like
out serves to save her
4/5.
life.
She won 4/5 of her games.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's when right before the match when she was doing the whole tapping, going, he plays ping pong.
Yep.
Yeah.
This isn't just a one off.
She said like, oh no, this is my exercise. I was like, oh, some people do Pilates, you do ping pong.
Yeah.
So that was good. After that, we did the comic panel.
The IDW comic panel with Bobby Curnow, Tony Fleece, Jen Blake, Heather Breckel, and Heather Newfer.
I wanted to watch that, but it was an oven in there, so I left.
Yes,
It was pretty warm.
I came in and said, nope.
We'd prepared some basic ass. We had show notes. We got like the stupid basic questions out of the way first, and actually then AC was doing our moderator style. So what we do for cons when if we're gonna co-moderate a panel, I'll be up there standing up with the mic and helping people out, and he'll be working the line, getting people to write their names down so they don't forget that, and put their question into simple terms so they can look at that and not get not clam up.
Now, there's a lot of people that get into the line and they'll come with an idea that's like half of a question, but half like some sort of wandering thought that they had. Just kind of like, well, I was interested to find out, when they were growing up as like when they were going into college, their path that they were taking through. I'm like, well, hold on. So wait, are you talking about the skills that they use through schools? Yeah, I was like, okay, that's a much cleaner sentence than this one. To put their words down in something they can go. Here's a direct question.
That's kind of like what Full Papers does.
Yeah. Well,
it helps. It helps a lot.
We were able to actually end the panel right on time too.
Yeah,
they appreciated that.
That was good. We were able to handle, especially we had. That went really, really well. Everyone seemed to have a good time. Had to answer the eternal question about Stan Lee or what was his name? Kirby.
Jack
Kirby.
Everybody's
Which they were like Kirby, whatever. But yeah, that was good. Then Sandy had an LGBT panel because I guess he's an LGBT.
I'm one of those. I was the token gay. Pretty much.
You were a token gay in a fully loaded LGBTQ panel.
Yes.
Oh,
basically, it's just sort of like, hey, these people are horse important and gay, so it's not like not all hope is lost, I guess.
Oh, okay.
It was myself and Tinker and Jen Blake and Heather Breckel and a couple of folks whose name I don't know, and Sonia. And then basically after we did like our little like brief story time, basically it turned into, let me tell you my sob story, how life is really hard, but it's getting better, and by the way, the Bronies are the best fandom ever because I love you guys. Then tears and or applause for an hour and a half.
You're so strong, Sandy. You're so strong.
I survived. And there was a couple of good stories, and there was like a mom who brought her daughter, and she's like, yeah, she's young, but she knows what she likes, and that's cool, and I'm supporting her, and I'm like, thumbs up to you, lady. I've been out longer than some of you guys have been alive. So.
And in Texas.
And in Texas, in the 90s. I'm like, you damn kids have it easy here.
You guys get acceptance by most everyone.
Gays these days.
Jeez.
They gay these
The
days.
gays of my generation, we had it rough.
To be gay back in my day, you had to walk backwards 6 hills in the snow just to go to the gay bar.
I had to walk 3 miles uphill in the snow to get to the gay agenda
Without
meeting.
any shoes.
God
damn.
It was interesting, but it was unfortunate because it was one of those panels that could have gone like significantly longer with actual proper discussion, but they put it before some other panel that was the last panel of the night. So it's really kind of disappointing because there could have been some good discussion, and I would have liked to like go back and forth with a couple of these people, just to ask their opinions or share an anecdote or two. Because there's one dude who's like, I'm from Alabama.
Let's talk.
But yeah, it was all right. Representation is important, but I don't think the panel reached its full potential. But
it also sounds like a pack. Like the way that you were explaining it, it was like three transgender, 2 lesbian, you as the token gay, and like another. Like it's like wow, that's a lot of people for a panel.
Yeah. And we didn't say anything after we did our introductions. It was kind of weird.
So that's okay.
You just stood up there as judges.
You're just
for-
there to say
Judging them all.
Your story isn't sad enough.
Supreme Court of
Purple Tinker was around on her phone. She set up a meetup group and paid for it and all this stuff while the panel's going on.
I'm glad you're coping well.
And it was just like, I'm here.
You're queer.
It happened.
It happened. You know what? If it helps somebody out, great.
Yeah.
I've just been there, done that. I did a decade ago at least. So, feels a little hot to me, but then again, these guys are young. I'm an outlier.
Young and football.
Yeah, you're the old one now.
Well-
You're the grizzled veteran of the gay.
Well, no, Sonya
What
and
is a
Tinker.
veteran of the gay?
Sonya and
What is he,
Tinker.
Robert Duvall of the gay now? Is that what you're
He's got his purple heart.
Yo, Bush got it there. Oh, gotta be quicker
They
next time.
promised me a pride parade when I got back.
Instead, they spit on me. God. I don't know. It's just different. It's weird because it makes you realize just how old you are sometimes. It's like, yeah, and I'm saying that, but you're older. You're probably the only older person here, Scope.
34, yeah.
I'll be 32 in a couple months.
Good.
God, I'm not so old anymore. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Shut up.
We'll all be long dead first.
Well, consider the average age of the Brony is like 20 and a half, maybe 21.
Yeah, well, I remember I was in a few like egophiliacs chats and I heard, hell, I'm 13. I said, I'm getting
13 F can or not?
Actually, you're like 50 in New Jersey. Shut up.
I didn't really attend many panels other than that.
No, we saw his closing ceremonies. That was kind of nuts.
Yeah, that was a thing.
That was.
We couldn't hear anything backstage over there.
Well-
What are they saying?
So what happened was I was told to go tell Sonia that Nicole was on Skype and ready to go, and then she turns to AV and says, "Do it," and we're like,
We'll do what?
Because we never were told to have it all set up, so we're like, I need laptops and cables, and we're like, Nicole Oliver, everyone.
Hold on, make the entire crowd sing "Smile" randomly.
Oh my
Yeah, I was like, go.
They did like they skipped like a verse and they couldn't remember what they were doing.
Smile, smile, smile.
But it turned out nice. I mean, I know we did a whole bunch of charity work. I think they earned $13,000.
Yeah, I mean, well, it was weird because like BabsCon split their stuff up so strangely.
Like 4 ways, combining with like Dusty's stuff.
Because you had
Well, Dusty had his own
Yeah,
independent.
he had his
Yeah.
own stuff.
where he ripped Tetsuo's arm off.
Yes,
it
yes.
killed him with it
God.
too. Turns out Dusty Cat is a Wookiee.
He did the Predator thing. He just lifted Tetsuo's arm over his head, just. That was actually tragic.
Made
That was the
a
worst.
series of loud clicking noises.
I'm so glad he didn't
blew
look
Tetsuo
really
half
hurt.
the shoulder
Yeah,
cannon.
that was.
Counts adorning his motorcycle as a trophy.
Like, the weirdest thing, so for the people that are listening, there was an arm wrestling competition between Dusty Cat and Tetsuo. And it was built up very much in this wrestling style,
so-
just
and
like
we
belts and...
Yeah, and Dusty was maximum in the role. He
Ooh,
had
macho
the
man.
tights and the jacket and the hat and the glasses. And AC and I, we collaborated to make some wrestling signs.
Yeah, they did a Divas match beforehand, and that seemed like it was pretty... That seemed pretty scripted, you know. Oh, okay, Sunset wins against Adagio. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't scripted.
Oh, it wasn't scripted?
There was conditionals in the script.
Oh, there was.
So that was real.
Okay.
See, I told you, wrestling is real.
It's still real to me, damn it!
Thank you, NWA.
Well, Was it all controlled by WWE city law?
Vince McMahon behind backstage going, I don't like this at all. You're fired.
The thing is that I was half expecting it because they're coming at it from like this big like sports entertainment wrestling angle that those matches would at least in some way, you know, especially the 3 out of 5, they'd be like oh, he's got it, not the fact that it'd just be like wham, wham, like, whoa,
and then like the whole you need ice.
Yeah,
when everyone's like halfway like. Did you do that? Oh, you did! Oh, God!
When Dusty took his glasses off, I was like, oh, this is real.
Yeah, just when everybody was just like, all right. We need water!
It's like, don't scream.
Well, you had to like hold it like in place because it was like a busted tendon. You couldn't like let your arm
like
go.
Tore the bicep or something.
Yeah, he
like,
had torn bicep.
Serious.
Oh.
And
everybody in the crowd just immediately are just like, I can't leave. I don't really know if I want to stay.
Where's the look? The room just went at that point. It just went flat because everyone's like, what happened? And then of course Dusty arm wrestled Snowflake, who came in to be a ringer for Tetsuo, and it was basically Snowflake was there to be a ringer if one of the two hurt themselves, and so that was good. They prepared for that, but I would not want to be Tetsuo when that's healing up.
Yeah, I was wrestling Dusty, and I actually cheated. I had my arms in both, and I was using my whole weight, and Dusty still threw me. And
Dusty's
like, I can't do
it.
Yeah, and he had a hernia the whole time, so it was.
See, I was talking about having like a podcaster weight division. I actually have one that's that's completely for show of a whole bunch of weaklings like ourselves.
It hurts. And Dusty was like, I don't know.
Oh yeah. Like if any of us ever like ascended our belt and tried to do a title match, he'd just again rip you off by the arm and swing it around in the air. It'd be madness.
But yeah, that was a really neat idea that went a little poorly in the end. But yeah, charity wise, there was like what $6,500 per side for SF suicide prevention and the learning center. And then Wounded Warrior got $2,000, and then Child's Play got $1,000.
Yeah.
So that's cool. It was just one of those. They split it up 4 ways. It was still pretty.
Yeah, it's a large size. It's it's just kind of like it just went skittered around to a whole bunch of different options. Let's see. Did anybody else see any other panels of note or
I saw
anything?
your OC sucks, but that's really
well, that was just for your own reference, right, Scope?
Yeah, that was me just to troll the guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the guy.
No, he did fine. Because what I did, because I submitted Scope, I put a War and Peace size novella on their freaking DeviantArt page. And so he called me because he didn't recognize me. He said, hey, if we were to submit a character, should we write a War and Peace size novel on your DeviantArt? He said, Scope.
Yeah.
He said, I get this. Oh, someone commented on the DeviantArt page. That's a long backstory.
And then Scope was an orphan, and he killed 12 changelings, and he used his magic, and he became
and
a
his
guard.
dad said, you're gonna be a guard, son. You ain't gonna look through no telescope.
One day he had a popsicle, and the popsicle melted, and he was sad.
I will avenge you, popsicle.
I didn't end up going to any of the panels. Weirdly enough,
I did go to the music panel. And they played the song and got the news I wanted to hear. And within the first 5 minutes, like, okay, no.
That song though, the mashup between the two with Gabe and the other important people, I guess Andrea and Daniel Ingram. It was very good.
Oh, Black Griffin?
Yeah, it's going to be on the album. It comes out on 13th.
It was pretty awesomely done. I was
I'm waiting to see MLP in their pants.
Yeah, pretty much. They're gonna be like, wait, Black Griffin's on an official thing. I can feel the green text coming.
The hate overtakes me. It is a good pain.
The concert was pretty cool though, minus the first night of the light board exploding. So there was no lights in the back on the first night.
Whoops.
Yeah, it's
just singing in the dark.
dancing in the dark. Hopefully.
That was the thing. It's like we were off like partying and stuff. stuff, so we didn't go down.
Forgot
to
about
Yeah,
dance.
for the parties here this weekend were just insane.
Oh,
so
yeah.
The Klingon party.
Klingon party was probably the best.
We were talking about this. It was great because this con had a party floor this time, which was probably a good idea.
The second floor. It's like
Yeah.
a wing of parties.
It was great, and it was great because you could just bounce between the two of them. So it's like, wow, this party's getting crappy, and then you go to the next one. Oh, this
Yeah,
Klingons.
The Klingons were next to the furries, were next to 4chan.
Well, the Klingons
And
and the furries
Barry
were together
Tur-
all the time.
Yeah, the Klingons, the Klingon and the furry party was
Klingons
great.
and the furries.
Berry Tube party I heard was really great.
It was packed as hell, and I didn't know anybody that had PBR as beers. Like, fuck
Ooh.
that.
Yeah.
Pass. Wow.
Whereas I went to the Klingon bar, like the Klingon party, and it's all like red mood lighting, and they had like little fake torches.
They had little torches.
Yeah,
that
and
was
they- like,
Did you
There-
see
there
like
are
the
guys
faux
who-
shit plating they had up on
Yes.
the wall?
You saw the banners that said "Birds of Prey."
Bird of Prey.
Yeah.
They had that, and then they had like two guys. They had guys in full Klingon getup who would sit there and insult you as you go try to order a drink. It was great.
Well, if you just had to know to get in character. You know, the first night it was just like, I'd like this drink, please, and they're just like, whatever, wimp, you know. But the next night you do, it's like, I'm having this. They give you the drink and you go, kapla, you know.
Next night, it's center course for the neutral zone.
Which was a good for further confusion. I had a Romulan ale once. It was actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, it looked good.
And it was cool because they had little RPs for each of the drinks that you
Yeah.
ordered. And I like the first night I had the no kill eye. They're like, oh, well, make sure you get a fresh Glorgar or something. And like, ooh, look at don't get the juice on it, that burns.
Go eat some gach.
And then like the second night I got a revenge. Like a revenge of the drink, best served. Called the whole room chants it. It's like, and it was really tasty too.
Yeah, it was great having their strongest drink, and then like waddle over to the furry party, and they're serving like Everclear shots, basically.
Yes, they had a shot mauve that was Everclear, apple juice, and I think whipped cream. But
It was a dangerous combination. Like I did not notice. I'm like, oh, I just took a shot of Everclear.
And it was
oh,
really good.
Yeah,
It tasted like apple.
and you couldn't tell what was in it.
Basically, they had a bunch of shot glasses from like 2010 that they were
It's
giving
like
people.
FurCon 2010, and they're like, just keep them.
Yeah, they're like, we've got a bunch of this crap. Just take it. All right,
Nice.
cool.
Now I've got like a forbidden shot glass. It's awesome.
You will never use it for shame.
I will put it in a drawer and forget about it.
They had like 4 other like mixed drinks. They had like a painkiller called a Pone Killer. The main 6, which are like rum, more rum, and some other stuff.
It's
and
like
some
going to
rum.
AFK Tavern up in freaking Everwash.
Yeah, Ponyville Sunrise, I think was one of them.
And then the A Quiet Yay, which is like a alcoholic lemonade thing.
Well, if you ever go to the AFK Tavern, get a Fluttershy Mai Tai. It's actually really good.
Yeah, the Klingon
over at Everfree.
The Klingon the Klingons had a it was like the warp core coolant, and that was like a Mai Tai of some fashion, which is cool because I've never had a good Mai Tai in my life before.
So those Klingons know how to party.
Somebody, give me a second.
But yeah, you had that. Of course, there was the 4chan party, which
Unspeakable.
Yes. So there are some parties you should.
There was a 4chan party.
Yes, there was. That's about as far as you should probably publicly.
I saw the
announce
door
on
and I just kept walking. I was like moving to the next.
There
room.
were some other weird parties. Like I think there was a Wonder Woman con party that I poked my head in, and it might as well have just like been the sound of like a crow screeching in the back, just. Like, just like there's nobody in here and a whole bunch of food. I'm walking out.
Now everybody's in the bathtub at that party.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where I was when you guys summoned me in here.
Just hanging out in the bathtub. So yeah, the parties were good. Let's see, we've kind of covered those bases. Is there anything else about the convention comes to mind besides the fact that parking bites?
Registration was slow.
Registration was slow.
It was not as bad as the first Everfree I was at. There was like a 2.5 hour reg line.
Yeah, I think I might know the source of where that is. Which one is because there's only like 2 people that are actually manning the collection of everything. Had one person state that they were like, "Hey, I need to get to the So this was actually in bullshit. He stated. He went to somebody and said, "Okay, hey, I need to register. I have not yet registered." And he said, "Okay, you need to go over to this person." He went over to that person. He said, "Hi, I'm here to register." And he's like, "Wait, so you've not registered yet?" "Yes." "Okay, you need to go back over to that person."
Oh,
like
no.
some of this back and forth stuff.
That
but
sounds terrible.
BabsCon is owned by the same group that does Further Confusion. I was in Further Confusion's
Is it?
reg line. Yep.
same?
Same group.
I thought it.
Nope, same group. They're owned by them.
No, huh?
Yeah. So the
Dun dun dun.
so the
I don't know if they're owned, but they definitely help them out.
I think there's a sister.
yeah, it may be. It may
Sister
be.
con.
It may be.
Affiliated con.
Could be. But the thing with that was that I was in FC's registration line. It was about maybe 30 people, and it took an hour and a half. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Well, the thing about like registration, I don't know why they have like machines that print badges because it takes like 30 seconds to print a badge.
Really dumb.
Plus, look up the time. It's like a minute and a half per person. It's
And-
so slow.
Okay, so they have. Then what's weird is they have the badge blanks. Like, so you have this thing. The only thing on their badges is the text field. Whereas at the ones we had at Nightmare Next, you could print. It takes 21 seconds to go from blank card to fully printed image, and you can run those things forever, and they don't overheat. And I talked to the reg guy here, and it's like they overheat in like after like maybe 250 of putting the text on the thing, and I'm like, that's some weak ass.
It's not
Printer.
Even then, like with us, you know, the vendor badges are already pre-printed. There's no reason why on Friday morning I should have been waiting half an hour in line during precious setup time to be getting a badge. It's like I should be able to go there, walk up, and say, "Hi, I'm so and so. Please give me my badge."
Vendor
And then,
badges should be printed anyway.
well, no, they are, but they didn't have enough bodies there to do anything. So even though it was 8 in the morning, you know, to go up, we're sitting here waiting, and I think one of the guys who was in front of us, I think he was one of the Games from Berkeley guys. I mean, he had clearly lost his patience, and you know, he's
Not
like,
all.
"Hey, you know, which one of you is helping us?" And you know, good for him. You know, he actually got the line moving again. You know, he knew where to go to make things happen, and then that's when things started moving. But like, you should have one person whose sole job it is to deal with vendors and special badges, another person whose sole job it is to deal with the people who's paid a lot of money for the super duper gold plated badges, another person whose sole job it is to deal with VIP and all that. That's how this should work.
Speaking
and
of
they
super
didn't
duper
have it.
badges, when I was waiting for a badge, it was
And, oh, they
our
didn't
line
have
and
any-
go ahead.
Yeah, they didn't have any signage for
No.
any of the lines.
There's not only that, but while we were waiting, they would just take the super duper line and like deal with that before dealing with us. It's, you need to have someone dedicated to just
Yeah.
the super duper line.
Exactly, and they had no signage for anything. So I'm
Nope.
like, well, there's 3 lines. Where do we go?
Like, when is this going to open up at least?
So like, you know, that. I mean, I wound up getting set up by the skin of my teeth before the hall opened up because we lost all that time, and there should be more time. Like, I mean, because I mean, I know people got in on Thursday, but I know the people on Thursday were. I mean, I heard they were waiting over an hour
Yeah.
to get their badge.
Like 20 people deep. I saw him in line. I went out to eat, came back, hooked up a whole bunch of stuff, and he was like third from line. I was like, oh my gosh, we're moving so slow.
There was some sort of major like workflow.
I mean,
failure.
I'm not like a convention person, so I don't know if I'm talking, you know, out of my
Well, I do have
horn
to say
here,
thanks to Borg, who was able to get us our badges really easy. Like, hey, here's your badges, dudes. Like, oh, great, we're community guests. You don't have to wait in line. That's
But,
great.
like,
I
Or
did.
and it's like, here you go. Have a good day.
But like the way it should be is we have a badge, we have a label, we slap it on, you're done. If for a normal for a normal attendee, that's it, you're done. All the special ones should already be pre-printed.
We hand
be
them a
done.
badge and a
Throw
Sharpie.
bodies at it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
what
literally
did
what the
BronyCon
problem was.
July 2012. After a
They
while.
needed bodies, and they just didn't have them.
Yeah, there's so many ways that you can approach that. Like you can approach it via, you know, have all the prepaid like said and done, and you just pull them out of a box and give it to them.
That's what they do
You
in
know,
Anthrocon.
yeah, you know, the Anthrocon does that. You could do the entire like one thing I think, and I know that why it's not done. Because it's financially not viable. But I always would love the option of a convention. Just, you know, you pre-register. 2 weeks later, a badge comes in the mail. Bring it with you. You know, you don't even have to get inside of a line. You're
I'm
just
sorry, I left my badge at home.
Well, then they reprint you one.
Well,
it's a magical, mystical scenario that will never happen because somebody just goes, I'll just go there and say, you know, here's my badge. Now I'm going to go get them to give me another badge.
Well, what a lot of trade shows do is they have a clear badge holder and they just print out a paper insert that goes in there that says, I'm so-and-so and this is such and such.
If I got a paper insert at a convention, I'd be like, what is this convention?
Well, actually, it's a matter
PD
of
and Photo
scale.
Plus in New York.
One of the cool things about there's a con in Dallas called Anime Fest, and they have the clear holders, but they have like these really slick as hell cards that have they have a QR code on the bottom left. They have a holographic sticker on the front. They have your name, organizational name, your real name printed like upside down and reverse underneath it. There's it's actually a pretty cool. It's cardboard, but it's nicely printed cardboard.
Yeah, that's basically what they do at
it's
real
not-
trade
it's
shows.
not like
GDC has NFCs built into theirs, so that if they need to deactivate something, they just all right, that one's deactivated. That one's not going to work if someone lost it.
And the tags they had there had NFC. So anytime you were going into a controlled space, everybody had little some sort of mini tablet, and they would just go boop, screen turn green or red, and they'd be like, you're good to go or get out.
That's actually a really good idea.
Oh, it's really cool.
Stealing these notes.
It's really cool, but it's also really expensive to implement.
Well, they implemented
Anime
that
Fest
for...
has 11 to 13,000 people, and Acon has 26,000. We have
2,600.
no here.
Oh no, we have 26,000. Don't you remember?
26,000.
I heard that. I was like 26,000. Oh my god!
I was like, wow, we fit them in so well.
90%
When they
of them
mentioned
were
that, I thought it was
ghosts.
like a charity total.
They were all in parties. In the
Yeah, so
walls.
there was an accidental miscount of 26,000 for the attendees, and I think everybody kind of did a selective. I don't think that's right.
Collective.
If there was 26,000 people, we would have just been
I would have
shoulder
made a
to
lot more
shoulder.
money.
Would you? Because nobody
No one
would
would-
ever
no
make
one
it
would
to your
move.
table.
It would just been like a solid mass in Vendor Hall.
It'd been like that episode of Futurama with all the penguins in the window.
You might as well have just looked down onto the con floor. It would look like microbes just moving. Just,
No, Nashville, whatever it is.
so.
Yeah.
Is,
The shadows.
is there anything about the convention that we have not covered thus far? And should we're getting a little close. We should talk about the episode.
Yeah, we should switch
It was good.
Let's do it.
Good.
I like
going on.
ponies.
Welcome.
In the world.
Welcome.
So what was the episode again? It was the
Cutie map.
The cutie map.
It
Yeah.
was 1984 propaganda episode.
Yeah.
So season
believe it was an
5,
Apple
episodes
commercial.
1 and 2.
The cutie map.
The cutie
written
map,
by
the
Mitch
creepy map.
Larson and
He directed it, I believe. I don't think he.
No,
wrote
he
it.
actually has
Sonnenborn
credit.
was involved.
and Scott Sonborn.
Yeah.
We should note that Mitch Larson is in charge for the first half of season 5.
Creepy.
So
Everyone's getting wings out.
Yep.
According to him.
yeah, and we're going really dark
It's
places.
gonna be Oprah. You get wings. Everybody gets wings.
And Twilight's first instinct is to gonna just zap.
I love how it was like, this is a trap. I can teleport into the sky. I'm gonna get zapped.
It's a trap.
She needed to she needed
She
to
rolled a
send
1.
some meta magic in there. Silent spell, swift spell, doesn't matter. She's an Nightmare Princess. She's got all the spell slots she needs.
She's
After
done
all-
time magic, and she just
After
goes,
all
"I'm-"
she's been through, she's got some level 9 spell slots. She should be prepared.
She rolls a 1.
Yeah, it's initiative. Yeah, you can't even get your spell.
Episode
off.
before that, she was fighting she had super
It was like the
alicorn
ponies
powers.
were also on a hiatus, and it was like, oh, it's been like a year since we had to fight anyone.
And then all of her friends just kind of sit there going,
They're like,
this seems bad. Oh, we're hit too.
it's like, oh, the princess got hit. Well, she's our muscle. Damn.
Oh, Castor's down.
Yeah, Castor's down.
Her tank is gone.
It's like Red Snow. You take down the leader, and the rest of them fall.
Okay, so we should probably go back to the start where it's
Yeah, sure.
like, hey, there's the cutie mark map.
Yay!
And,
Our
hey,
butts wiggle.
our butts vibrate. This is weird.
Our chairs glow like
The main
Rainbow
six,
Rocks.
the main 6 now have one of those mission maps from like every RTS ever, where it's like the next location you're going to.
Oh God.
It's like playing Red Alert or something.
No, what you need.
Ponyville's the hub location.
Yes.
What somebody needs to do He's like
GDI nod.
no, just have the image of where the ponies are just sitting in the chair, and then someone needs to like put in the Mass Effect map music.
Yes.
Like little
I'm pretty sure
glowing.
you could might be getting like a 4-second clip and just loop it. So it just looks like they're idling there, and yeah, it's like the Mass Effect map music. I always think of like the Red Alert map music, and it's like it goes and shows all the territory, and like arrows attacking here, here, and here. You click on which mission you want to fight.
Kane shows up.
Yeah.
It does.
Twilight sitting in front of Twilight wearing black, standing in front of like a screen, just showing weird like creepy images, like just cleaning like a desert eagle and talking to you the whole time.
Spike Seth or something. Who knows?
No, he gets shot in the like spoilers for Command and Conquer 1, that game that came out in '95.
Oh man,
Seth gets shot in the head.
Yeah,
Oh no! Too soon, man. Too soon.
See here.
But they're like, hey, let's go on this journey.
Let's take this train ride to a point that the train says nope.
Just backs up.
They like clearly someone has cut the tracks and has like bent them upwards into a stop. Like,
We are not going any
we don't
further.
go. Yeah, we don't go to Ravenholm.
The last
anymore.
10 people we brought here haven't come back, so we're not going any
Well,
further.
of course they don't come back. It's
brought-
such a perfect place.
We
Yes, some
brought
of them hate us.
we brought a whole load of original characters. They never came back.
No,
This is
my
where we
OC
dump the
here.
OC.
No.
This is where OCs go to die.
No,
The island of misfit OCs.
The town, yeah.
Our town.
Our town, in our town, we're Nazi propaganda.
Oh man, it was that.
We
that
don't have no Untermensch because we're all equal here.
Yeah, it was one of those things where the first like, whereas like the Canterlot wedding was one of those where you're just like, where is this going? Where's it? And then the end you're like, oh, like this was one of those things where it was just like this isn't comfortable.
Yeah,
I don't know how they're gonna go on this.
I was
weird.
I was very happy. They really actually nailed like this is actually kind of like this is getting a little weird.
Is there
Everyone's staring.
The Fluttershy's all into it.
Is there going to be Flavor Rain and a comet after this or something?
Yes, yeah. Heaven,
We're waiting for Xenu to come.
Yeah.
all your cutie marks on the other side of Haley's comet.
This fleet of DC-8s.
Just hold on to these two metal rods. I'll tell you your
Yeah.
Satan level. Oh, you see?
Oh, Twilight, your Thetans are off the charts.
We're gonna have to strap him to a volcano and blow up with nuclear weapons. But like, I mean,
This is what Scientologists actually believe.
Tom Cruise.
Have you accepted Celestia as your Lord and Savior?
So
Can
actually,
I hear Celestia's witnesses? I don't need to hear that.
Kefka Floyd pointed out, and I was happy to see it too. Was just like there's a lot of little things. The art is getting better. They had this nice like isometric or like a perspective shot of the train.
Yes.
They're like candy train.
Yeah, it was in 3D.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
great. It was
because
like,
in the past they've only ever really had like
From the
side-on
side.
shots
Well, like,
of the train.
Even in like the cutie map, every time a pony touched it, it lit up and it cast light on them.
yeah.
When
They're
Twilight's
After
standing
Effects
on it and talking
skills.
about it, there's this glow on her chest and upper and front of her body
Yeah.
from the map.
You
Mark-
saw Spike just.
Yeah.
I have to.
Hi, Dad.
More computing power means more raster effects.
I mean, we know that the series is made in
got
Flash
Bloom on.
for the most part, but I'm curious to like what kind of After Effects and what they're doing now to like add to the show.
Well,
we're
like
getting
one of
point.
the tricks
Yeah.
that I learned that they did back in season 1, and this is like, Christ, this is like when they're initially doing this production, starting it is something like 5 years ago, and I realized that like the entirety of Stephen Magnet's body is a single path in Illustrator that's been stroked with a symbol library. And when I watched, I think it was Jason who was demonstrating this. It blew my mind because I'm like, that's how they're able to conserve and save money, and because they work smarter, not harder. By having that Illustrator symbol, they can use that repeatedly, and you just see them drawing on the Cintiq. They draw one line and bam, the whole line is Stephen Magnet's.
It's Flash 8 just heavily modified, and there
Yeah.
got some plugins.
And they use all of these different tools to put it together, and it really is, I've even just watching that one bit. I'm not an animator, so I can't really talk much about that, but still, just necessity is the mother of all invention, and they really kicked it out of the park. And so now I'm just wondering, well, if they were doing that back in season 1, What are they doing now?
Well, like, consider all the unique assets, all the unique facial expressions they pulled up.
Oh, poor Big Pinky.
Well, even that.
20% of the budget for the new season is like Pinky facial expressions because they were pretty good.
They were on point.
Or Twilight shocked after the quiet.
Oh, that was the best.
They had like neck veins.
You spare me your sentiment. I don't need this crap right now.
I like the vibes from like the end of Zoolander. Like he's just shut up.
The Starlight Glimmer School for Less Than Equal Ponies.
We want to be equal and learn how to be more equal to.
Yes. Of course, there's always Disney World.
Yes.
All right, so we should go back to trying to put this in some form of order. They find the place. It's creepy as hell. They're like, let's check this out.
Propaganda song.
Let's go get food. Go get foods. The terrible muffins, which now we have, which is
I love the whole
obese Pinky.
Oh god.
She turned green. It's not easy.
Her eyes were smaller. It was like generally like
she's having an allergic reaction.
Yeah.
And it was funny because it's like the little pony. She's like she walks up and she's waiting and they're talking and she stops and walks by. And
yeah, that was.
She's like
she didn't want to interrupt a conversation.
Yeah.
She was waiting.
And then she's like, "All right, well we have muffins."
We're having muffins then.
It's funny because the way she said it, it's like there's a comma there, except it's a period.
It felt like they recorded just a list of foods and it just cut it there, and then like so the audio file just cuts off.
No, actually, they mentioned Rebecca like nailed that line.
Yeah.
But then I tweeted somewhere, Turpy's muffin radar just went haywire.
Wait, free muffins? All right.
Someone actually did a comment.
Oh god, imagine what would happen if they put Derpy and put an equal sign on there. Everybody would just went Derpy. Everybody's eyes just.
Or she hers will go better than any pony else.
It's probably better for the fan that like Derpy's just kind of faded in the background again. So if she appeared in that episode in that context, I think everyone would have had an aneurysm.
Just a blood vessel on and just the veins of like 40,000 bronies.
Her eyes would have just leveled.
And then she would have seen the universe.
Yeah, well, they do a little black glow every time the equal sign key mark goes off, and her eyes just.
Well, you've seen that one comic, I'm sure, where it's like, oh, Derpy, we're gonna fix your eyes.
And then she starts screaming. And then she sets everything on fire.
So they go down into the basement of that place and have
like,
that creepy
bad stuff's
encounter.
happening.
They have a couple. I thought that was kind of nice. They have a couple like it's gonna be now. Oh no, pulling it back. They're good. But they're bad again.
So
what
no
happens
one will see what
next?
happens.
They're like, what happened next? They get started molesting ponies.
Yeah.
Like Pinkie
I want to
Pie
touch your
and
butt.
Fluttershy got
There's a
like
lot of attention in
roped.
this episode.
And they're like, don't do that. Bad touch.
There was one thing though where Starlight Glimmer started looking at Twilight that was mentioned on EQD. She does a wing ruffle. That's actually pretty cute.
She was like, she's flustered.
Yeah, she did. First time you'd ever seen that.
Little additions like that. It's cool.
Or when that friggin' giant balloon penis pony started.
Wait, what?
Oh, we're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet. Moving forward.
Well, when he was staring at Rary was just looking at the others like, what is going on?
Yes.
But it's funny because she just this tiny little slow like inch her head back. Like,
then just
looking
back and
forth.
Yeah, so we had that.
So many little good subtle touches.
They got sent to room 101.
One of my favorite, like I think, that brought me back to even in season 1. There were a couple of those, like when Trixie first shows up and they like pan across the main six. There's a shot that I always remember, like they put Reddit and she just goes. She has this little like.
One of my favorite ones is from Daring Don't when Twilight and Rainbow Dash are going back and forth and Piggy's nodding, and then you see Fluttershy and Ray Applejack looking like, what the.
But so they have that encounter. They find out about the vault. They go there. They see the Staff of Longitis.
So the Staff of Equality, worst name ever.
Okay, so basically this
No,
is how it
Staff of
works,
Sameness.
right?
Oh,
So
that's right.
Equestria is Earth after the human instrumentality happened, and so when Giant Ray died and the blood dried off the moon, the Lance of Longinus got grabbed by Luna after everybody decided to reform into ponies. So when Luna was sent to the moon, she brought the Lance of Longinus back and lost that. She got zapped back into Luna, and so
Hello,
Stuff
everyone. We're
happens.
sorry. Headcanon is happening. We'll be right back.
It makes sense. Follow the money.
Captain
Floyd and I
mental
are
difficulties.
going to.
Please stand by.
We stand by the fact this is actually a continuation of Wolfenstein. She's just stolen. Like they have the Spear of Destiny, and she got it from Robo Hitler. You had to fight the Angel of Death on that weird level
Of Doom 2.
So
Follow the money.
So they have that. They see, hey, there's the whole cutie vault, and then they all lose their initiative rolls and get burned.
Yeah, they
was a trap.
get like tooled like right away. It is like kind of like wow.
Narrative
Yes, Twilight, who
experience.
can create shields and all this stuff's first impulse is to fly.
and then fire.
She spent her like initiative action to teleport.
You are
Just her. I thought she just teleported. Was like, peace out, guys, and just left.
No,
her.
she teleported, was ready to fire, and then got hit. She takes too long.
Attack
to
of
charge her
opportunity versus a caster. She had that rod primed. Sorry,
yeah.
doesn't work that way.
That whole head snapback just takes too long.
If you're not setting like a spell sequencer to like stone skin horde wilting, I don't know what you're doing, man.
And then apparently like the ponies all botched their will saves.
Like, oh, okay.
And now they're like, oh well, crap, we lost our cutie
Now
marks.
we're bummed out. Now we're in North Korea.
That was the best part, where it would have like the big squeal on the side. It's like, acceptance is the best.
Yeah, no, they did a great job nailing
by
that
never
whole-
be your best by never being your best.
Excel with failure.
It's room 101.
It was the best.
If
Welcome
you
to
don't
City
dream,
7.
you can never have a nightmare.
Oh yeah.
2 plus 2
You can never
equals
have a
5.
nightmare if you
You
never
never
dream.
dream.
That was like the darkest part of that episode.
Ooh.
Man.
But yeah, so they're in that room. They come up with the plan of like, oh, hey, we can get our way out of here. We just need one of you that has been really nice to these people to just, lie to them for a while. Oh, hey, Fluttershy, what are you up to?
Fluttershy
This is the
cultist
second.
Mark.
This is another time that Fluttershy is sent out on like a secret mission.
Even tweets don't mean
They never really do, Fluttershy.
Nope.
I lost my
Applejack
country.
losing her apple bumpkinism.
I lost my countryisms. It's so good.
That was great.
But
Starlight Glimmer made Fluttershy try to sell out the other
yeah,
ponies.
try and sell out the ones that told her before.
Who will be executed?
Yeah.
We'll burn them at the stake.
Oh.
Tell us who.
And so it's that guy that ends up saying like, "No, it's only me. Don't worry, it's all right."
And the
It's
next-
already been like that comic that.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna lock you in this room for several days with these 5 mares.
Re-education.
It was me.
It was me.
I'm Spartacus.
Oh, I'm Spartacus.
So that happens. Fluttershy goes over to the house, which somebody brought up the good point that the reason that she had to go to Starlight's house is because since there's an even number of houses, they would obviously have to build 2 houses.
Because they can't have their equal sign be unequal.
Right.
Right.
Storage.
And which also an interesting point about that. If you think it's equal there, Starlight's house is at the end and not actually part of the equal
Well, but
group.
there's a many outliers in this town.
Yes. So that she's staying there overnight, finds out, hey, the main 6's cutie marks are being held in mason jars.
Magical.
Making some moonshine with these cutie marks.
This cutie mark's gonna be real important. I'm gonna get so drunk later.
Drunk off his power.
And so she finds that out. Then the rest of it is the next morning.
And then you're forgetting something.
What am I forgetting?
That's when she finds out that
Starlight
That
Glimmer.
water is her weakness.
Oh yeah, I'm forgetting.
She's just a fire type.
Yeah.
And Starlight does this little towel off thing, and she does this little like smirk at the end, and like, yeah, that's for she did that for Fluttershy's benefit.
Like, I know you're there.
She's like, yeah, check it out. Check out these flanks.
Okay, explain what happened.
The fact that the equal mark that she has is painted on over a actual cutie mark, so she actually has a cutie mark and not the equal mark.
I thought it was makeup, not
Can we be convinced that she's not? She looks a lot like Suri Polymere to me.
Yeah.
It does look. I always stated that it made sense that that Suri Polymere and Filthy Rich were actually a couple at some point that were separated because look at their kid. It kind of makes sense. It almost makes sense that you could do the same thing for Glimmer because
So Filthy Rich is a horrible capitalist who makes
Sounds kind of
his
like
mayors turn evil.
In retrospect, he sounds kind of like Mitch McConnell.
Oh, what the hell?
Wow.
I mean, think of Diamond Tiara's colors, and also think of the fact that she's ruthless to people regarding cutie marks. All right, it's follow the money. Follow the money. So
get on with it.
So yeah, let's see. So they have the entire thing with the hey, okay, so her paint, she doesn't use good paint and is obviously water soluble. The next day, Fluttershy obviously tells Twilight. Twilight comes out saying like, "Hey, I want to be part of you."
And then Fluttershy misses.
Yeah, misses, but gets enough.
I would say that was more of an artful dodge.
No, it was the great where Twilight was doing the speech. It says friendship can overcome anything, all this stuff, and then she like cuts her off and says,
Like,
"I don't shut up, Twilight."
Oh yeah.
And then it looks like
So yeah.
You caught me monologue.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's after everybody finds out she still has her mark, and she's just like, "But why don't you?" And she's just like, "Whatever, I have magic. Screw you.
I have super magic."
And she's like, "Screw you! I'm better than you. Some ponies are equal. All ponies are equal. Some ponies are more equal than other."
And now chase scene. Everyone else breaks.
The
free.
1984
Yeah.
hammer toss.
Yes.
That was pretty good.
That was
Yeah,
great.
that was
I'm gonna have to show my partner when I get home, and he'll be mad that they referenced that because oh my god, why is pony?
God, your
referencing
stupid
this?
show did something I like again.
But no, they all get their
After
key marks back. And
1984, Apple will show you why 1984.
Mr. Balloon guy, he was the savior of the whole episode.
Where did he get that bridge from?
From
Balloons.
He's got access to Pinky space.
Balloon
Yeah.
oculars.
They've all got like bags of holding. Just
Well, consider
He hid them in his tail.
his
Yes.
cutie mark
Right.
is a balloon animal, so that's his special talent.
Yeah.
You got Double Diamond, who has 2 flowers, but for
I
some
thought it
reason he's
actually
a great
was 3
skier.
flowers.
3 flowers.
3 flowers.
There are 3
But
flowers.
I thought it was going to be 2 diamonds, but that was
It
just
would make
me.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
But
He's apparently an ace skier, but like I liked how they like the balloon pony like did the pinky bounce across the bridge.
Yeah.
It's like they're gonna get
Yeah,
shit.
the OC army.
so let's see. With help of the others, they are able to cause an avalanche that doesn't kill everybody.
It was line of sight got broken. So
So oh no, now I can't do anything.
can't maintain telekinesis with a line of sight broken.
And the jars are busted open.
And cutie
they
marks
get
come
all
back.
their
It was
marks
actually-
back.
I like the fact that they could only go as fast as the slowest member.
Yeah.
So thanks
I
for-
love how the
Rainbow was like flapping as hard as she
Just, just
could.
going like,
Come
damn it,
on."
Rarity, come on.
They're running. There's like they did this little like dainty
It
little
looked
run.
like from the wedding episode when the Fluttershy's passed by. It was that same run.
So they get that, they get it back. Twilight gets a monologue. Starlight
Uses a deflector shield.
uses a deflector shield.
She's like, I didn't roll the one this time.
That's not.
Turn.
I was prepared for this.
Hey, you know,
Spent my Benny.
Starlight was like, I'm just gonna have to kill you then.
Glimmer cast Scorch Earth and then ran away.
Yes,
And then she
vanishes.
runs off into some nondescript caves, so hopefully they'll bring her back at some
And
point.
she'll get
yeah.
you next time, Gadget. Next time. And that's an
That's the episode, and everyone's like,
they have their butts go vroom, you
And
know,
for
their
some
cell
reason,
phones vibrating.
Rarity likes it.
And I don't know why there was a Wilhelm scream in the middle of the park.
Yeah,
I
what
think
was
it's
that?
delightful, she says. I like that my butt vibrates. Yeah.
There was a Wilhelm scream that part of.
There's panning over those in here. Ah! So what the why is there a Wilhelm scream at a party?
We couldn't find a better place to put it for some reason.
It's Larson mandating it.
Was someone going down a slide or something?
It was that one GIF where it's like they edited it was the pony kind of butts the other pony on the ladder, except
Yeah.
they edited it into it's a unicorn going quick, and the pony's like. So it was that, except off screen. Somebody got a horn up the butt.
Yeah. And that's
I'm just glad the hiatus is over. Let's argue about the episode instead of arguing about
we
other
are
stuff.
we are on day 1 of the hiatus. I want you to know.
Oh, yeah, day one
we're
of
back
the-
on the hiatus
Until next Saturday.
Yes,
Yep.
right. It's
only a 6-day
It's
hiatus.
a 6-day hiatus, but the hiatus continues.
I forgot it was.
There's
just-
other stuff you can watch in the interim.
No.
No.
Mad Men's on tonight.
No.
Better Call Saul
No.
tomorrow night.
I'm gonna watch the Food Network.
Blacklist. I mean, come on.
I just legally acquired all of Gravity Falls and Steven Universe, so I'm gonna watch that.
I watched Stargate SG-1 on Amazon Instant Video.
I need to get back to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because
I need to finish that. Swipe, no swiping.
But it was genuinely refreshing, I have to say. As much as we say, it's like, oh, hiatus is over, it's over, finally. And
15
like,
songs.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yep. Cool. It's good to see it
That's a
back.
good number.
Rainbow Rock stole all the songs last season, so.
And then they just released the 3 more. The Life is a Runway, the Let It Go songs for Sunset. And
My Passing Out Today, and then
Yeah.
Friendship Through the Ages.
Friendship Through the Ages was good.
Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Club.
Yeah.
And then the Queen reference.
And then, of course, the fact that they include Sunset Shimmer in the main 6. Main 7 now.
The
When it
EQ
comes to
girl
Equestria
animation
Girls,
at the
yeah.
end.
It's like all ponies. Boop! They're girls.
Oh, now there's Sunset Shimmer.
Oh. So, season 6, she comes back to Equestria and gets like...
Well, she has to see her parents at one point or another.
Yeah, she's like, hey.
My parents are dead.
Yeah,
Oh,
it turns out she was an adult when she left, and she's been a teenager in this weird time loop hell that's alternate universe Equestria. Everyone's in high school forever.
It's like The Simpsons. Yeah, they're always in
8 and 10.
She's Bill Murray in Groundhog Day.
Oh, God.
She comes back to Equestria. It's like 100 years later for her, and she's like, my parents are dead.
Then Applejack says, hey, so am I!
My parents are implied to be dead.
They're shooting stars now.
Did Geomancing do that one?
No, Perry did that.
Was it Perry did? Okay. That's a good one.
Hey, Applejack, what are you getting your parents for Christmas?
I enjoyed. I saw the parents pack for the Twilight Sparkles like shipping fic folder card game. The flavor text for the Applejack one is pretty good.
Yeah.
I've bought all those, but I haven't looked at them yet. It was kind of funny. All the money pretty much all the money I spent.
You printed all your money.
Yes,
That's what you
printed
heard
all
me
my
say.
Money.
Is
Like money, but funner.
yeah. No, I basically bought cards. I bought all the shipfic stuff that I didn't have, and then I bought a deck of cards from Choco that was the Doctor Who pseudo cards.
Mhm.
And like almost all my money I bought cards. And then I bought like the Brony's for Good calendar because I need a new calendar.
Mm-hmm.
But like
Brony, thank you.
Brony, thank you, fun, yeah.
Yeah, I bought the book.
Yep.
The Bound Together book.
We mentioned it earlier, but Bound Together was I bought it and immediately went to my hotel room and read it, and it was awesome.
Same. It was like Muffinshire's comic.
Muffin, yeah. Especially I know I love Jonathan's work. I love everyone else's work, but it's like the Muffinshire one's like this is disgustingly adorable.
Oh yeah. Every time Twilight's first day pops up, yes. Now I gotta read it again.
Right click save. Read it.
Yeah.
Like then I read it.
Fave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can only see that complete comic by buying Bound Together.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
no,
boy,
that's
what a good
Twilight's
shill
first-
you are. What a
that's
good
Twilight's
boy.
first dance. It's
Yeah.
in the book,
But
not the
no.
first day.
You know what I meant.
Buy
Well,
his
you-
book.
Yeah.
Buy his book.
Shameless plugs are always welcome.
Anyway, guys, I think that probably takes us to the end here. Some of us have to shuttle on home.
Yeah, we gotta drive like another half hour to get back to
Yep.
your neck of the woods.
Sure do. So anyway, we want to go ahead and thank everybody. First off, thank Bash for coming in here, Staffer Supreme this weekend.
Glad to be here.
Got out of the bathtub to
Yay.
come. Got out of the Peter New bathtub to come here.
I know. Gotta go back into that.
Yep. Thanks to Kefka coming in. Kefka.
Sure. Oh,
Thank
it's
you
Keffa.
for Kefka for not
Hey
destroying
there,
us
Keffa.
and becoming God.
Hey, buddy.
Roger.
I'm not your buddy, guy.
I'm not your guy, friend.
Thank you, Roger.
I'm here. I had fun at the convention. It was awesome.
Yay, we got Scope here.
Yeah.
And Sandy's here.
Yo.
This is AC. We're going to be signing off from BabsCon. We'll do this again next year, I guess.
Maybe. If there is a next year.
Hey, now. Well, they do. They already have dates.
Thanks, Obama.
Yes, because he's to blame.
Yes.
All right. We'll go ahead and catch you guys next year for BabsCon. Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Sleep well, everybody.
Hail Celestia.